We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Julie on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love doctor going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind. Two mics and a mind.
Hello, and welcome to Two Mics and a Mind. With one of my co-hosts, Dr. Joe, Resident Joe. How are you, darling?
Good. How are you? How is this rain treating you? I heard it's raining hard out there.
Yes, it is. It was absolutely storming. The lights went out, stayed out. That just tripped everything. Had to restart my computer last minute. Everything came on that was off, which I don't understand how your TV come on if it was off. It was,
Yes.
Yeah. One of them was on in another room. I was like, I don't remember watching television in that room. And I don't know when, but the
That's
TV.
crazy.
Yeah.
But Tuli, I just moved to Georgia. I did not know it rained so much in Georgia.
This is new. I'm not gonna say it's new.
Oh,
This summer has been different.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember last year when I came to visit, it wasn't. But now, what would you say we could have to prepare for something like this? Me that I live isolated. What should I have? I have like one little lamp.
Oh, some flashlight, candles. You have candles?
I have one candle. I have to buy more. The other one burned, like it's done.
And matches.
But yeah,
Definitely
I don't
have
have matches.
or a lighter.
Hello. I have a lighter.
Hey,
It's raining out there.
That's on my crack pipes.
not yet. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I gotta
Prepare
work,
for this
man.
rain.
I gotta secure Genuine and Rick Ross at a concert.
Real? Genuine.
Man, listen, man. I'm gonna watch this man fall off the
Have
stage
you ever experienced something weird while you're securing them?
all the time.
What's the weirdest moment that you've gone through that you can share?
The weirdest moment. Uh, hmm. Mm. That's a tough one. I mean, we always rushing out, like rushing, you know. I think my weirdest moment was securing the Barack Obama. That was the weirdest one because I had to take
Why?
you had to take 3 COVID tests within 24 hours.
Dang. Why 3?
They protect them that much.
Yeah, because it was at the height of COVID, and they had to make sure everybody around him was going to be in the vicinity of his arm reach didn't have COVID. So that was a big issue, and I hated it because every time they stuck the stick up my nose, I used to cry. Like, you know, the eyes get watery, and I hated it. Yeah, I hated it. Yeah, that was like the worst time. I was about to. It got to a point where I was like, I'm about to just pull all my guys because nobody didn't want to take the COVID test no more.
So why was it 3 though? At what point?
Because you got to take it 24 hours ahead of time to let you know you didn't have it.
Okay.
Then within 8 hours, you got to make sure you didn't contract it because, you know, at the time,
Yeah.
you know, you had to take it ahead of time because you could have caught it, but it wasn't detected yet. So
Mm.
that was like the weirdest thing. And going on a campaign with John Ossoff and Warnock,
Mm.
it was interesting because them guys don't sleep, man. You're not your own person. You got somebody else. You got their schedule. You got to be in this town. You got to see your wife, say hello, and you got to go. And then we had to actually travel with him. So we was the hotels, everything, just everything.
Mm.
And that was very
Alive with him.
Yes, you had to really travel. Yep,
Wow.
yep. And everybody want to get that autograph, but everybody who you protecting, they always say, it's certain signals. They say, well, I don't want to talk to nobody else no more. I gotta go. And there's always one person. It's a kid with an autograph and a a paper, and you gotta tell them no. And they fuss, cry, this and that.
So that's are you set up to tell them no, and then the other person like the good guy, and they say, "Oh, it's okay."
No, it's always your client always be the good guy. So it's like it set you up.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like everybody gotta say no, and then they say, all right, no, it's cool, man. I'm saying like, man, you already told me what to do. But as security, you're always the bad person, So
Mm.
Has anybody ever gotten aggressive
yeah, all the time, yeah,
because you tell them no?
yeah, because they think that you the man. I done paid $300, man. I done drove this, so
Right.
they look at all what they have spent and they put it on you, like it's
Right.
you're hindering them from going at it. So it's crazy. I guess the most interesting person I think I actually my first client I ever secured was Thelma from Good Times, Bernadette Stannis. Yeah, that was my first client, and she used to speak in my ear, and all I think of is like she's like talking to JJ, like you just hear that, you talking to just something like. I'd be like, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. But it's hard when you see people on TV and you're a fan of them, but you got to stay in work mode professional. And you really want to say, can I get a picture and an autograph? So.
And sometimes you can't, right?
No, you can never do that. Yeah, you can never do it. Yeah, I met Denzel Washington. That was funny. That was.
Really?
Yeah, when I had to do Denzel Washington, I would
like for me to.
Yeah, that was funny because
I met Kobe Bryant once, and I was with the.
Yeah, you walking with Man on Fire.
I met Kobe Bryant once, and I was.
Oh, Kobe, that's good.
Yeah.
Basketball players.
Yeah, and I was with the people that work with them, so I couldn't.
So you met Kobe. You met Kobe right before he got on the helicopter.
Wow.
Joy, so you trying to write a book?
It was his last game in Philadelphia.
I thought
it was his last game in Philadelphia.
I thought you would have said last day. I said, come on, Joy, come on now. Come
Joe
on.
ain't never said that. It's first time we heard that.
No.
Joe,
well,
we don't know how long. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to figure out how long I've known Joe. Joe, you ain't never said nothing about that. I mean, that's the first thing you mean when you walk up and introduce yourself. You say, hi, I'm Dr. Joe. I met Kobe Bryant.
I met Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
I met Kobe his last 7 days on this earth.
Scary.
I was so excited.
I was
so excited because my brother basically raised me loving that man. But I was with the crew that worked. I used to when I was 16, I used to work at a McDonald's that was like around people that had money. And a lot of famous people went through that drive-through.
Oh, wow.
Kobe came to McDonald's.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear.
It's not a matter we hear. It's a matter of trying to believe it first. McDonald's. You gave him a fish fillet.
No, a lot of people went.
We can hear you.
No, Nicki Minaj went to that McDonald's. Method Man went to that McDonald's. Ice Cube went to that McDonald's.
This in LA?
Where was it?
Where's this McDonald's at?
Are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear
We
me?
trying to find out where this McDonald's is.
Yeah, where the McDonald's?
Closed. They should never close.
Can you hear me? No.
Go ahead.
What city and state was the McDonald's?
Yeah,
Why you think she got out? She knew what she did.
Hey,
she
listen,
thinks-
man. It's
she
over,
thinking
man.
now.
Man, I'm from
And she from El Salvador. You telling me them guys drove to El Salvador to see her in McDonald's, right?
I'm finna roast this girl so bad. She don't even know what she did.
It's a little surprise.
Hey,
Hey, Joe, how you doing? Yo, hey.
Hey, Resident Joe.
What were you saying, Sharth?
I ain't say nothing. I was just saying, what city and state was the McDonald's?
Edgewater, New Jersey.
Oh, for real?
It was right in front of New York, and a lot of people with money lived there in Edgewater, New Jersey. So then I worked in the movie theaters too. That a lot of people with money live there. So I saw a lot of people that had money, like, and famous people.
Of course. Yeah, I read in the Chad Johnson. He cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, he is. That's right. He definitely.
But the Kobe Bryant was a different experience. I was older now. I was 27.
Now, where'd you meet him?
At the game, I was with the people the crew that was at the game. I was with the people that worked, the team that was working with them, and the guy that I was with at that time, he was like, "You can't be asking for autographs," and I was so upset because, you know, it was people that you were eating with them. There was like back rooms back there where they have little snacks and you talk between each other. The players go back there and they eat their food and relax. So like we were there sitting with them. So I can't be like, "Hey, can I take a picture?" Like I couldn't. But I was so excited. So
hold on.
I think that's the most famous.
That's a lot.
So you seen Kobe Bryant? You didn't meet him.
Well, you know, it was like they were there, and he was like, "Oh, nice to meet you," but I didn't get to ask for a picture or anything like that.
The woman who touched your Hushu garment, did he meet?
I didn't become his friend though.
Did you touch? Resident Joe, you saw him. You was in the same room. You touched him in his garment, but did you meet him? Did you say, "Hey, Kobe, hey, how you doing? My name is Joanna."
Yeah, I got to meet him. I got to say hi. Like,
what he said?
Who's Joanna? I got to meet him. I got to meet him, and I got to meet other basketball players too.
Oh, you met Michael Jordan too?
What?
You met Michael Jordan too?
No, I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
You met Michael Jordan?
I'm sorry, my internet. No, I didn't. I wish. No, I didn't. It was just Kobe Bryant on his last game.
Man, listen, man, Resident Joe.
I did not. Kobe is from Philly, so I was in Philly, and so he's from Philly. That was his last game in Philly.
I thought he was from Chicago. Didn't want him at Chicago?
Yeah, he from that that East Coast area.
So they want him to. I'm trying to remember my thing.
Yeah, because I don't think he didn't get drafted to the Lakers.
Who?
I think Kobe. He didn't get drafted to the Lakers. I think another team drafted him.
Yeah, traded. Yeah, somebody traded. Yeah, they traded. Dumbest trade ever.
Dumbest. Resident Joe, famous man. I'm glad certain things didn't work out yesterday because I heard somebody that you dating a court and almost won $1 billion. So your life would have been.
That would have been my life. Actually, that would have been it. I would have quit my job. No, I would have not quit my job. I love my job.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, $800 billion. I can see you going to work. Make plenty of sense.
Yeah.
They start off with that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna still work my job in general. I just want $150 million. It just makes sense to go to work every day.
Yeah.
Just virtually, Tony.
Get that little piss poor check. That don't even count. You work the rest of your life, it'll never be a fraction of what you make. You like,
You should have heard the comments. If some of your employees at Right Choice Motors won the lottery, what they said was going to happen.
If I catch them playing, I'm gonna fire them. They
said Right Choice Motors. They said, man, this place is gonna be vacant. Like nobody, like none of y'all would have came back. All the cars would have stayed. They said Preacher would have never came back. Like he would have just left the store.
I'm gonna fire them guys. Them guys get they fired.
Somebody said they were like. Somebody said they were logging off the thread. They were like, I would have been gone.
Yeah, I think that was for security purposes.
Mm-hmm.
What would you guys do if you win $1 billion?
Listen, man. First of all, I'll wake up because I think I'm sleeping. I would have been holding that ticket all night.
You know what's funny? I was watching this video where it says what to do if you win $1 billion.
Well, what not to do is interrupt people while they talking. That's number one.
So you know she won it.
Hey, listen. So she gonna ask the question and she ain't gonna let me finish talking. That's one way to get kicked off my island when you get ready to when I win $1 billion.
That's true.
Hey,
I think my volume is behind.
Well, when you ask a question, act like you don't see
I think my thing is behind. I'm sorry, it's my internet.
Let me see your background today.
I'm not talking.
She said you're not talking. She said I'm not talking. Can you hear us?
I'm not talking. It's
how you not talking?
Actually, I don't have a background.
Oh, that's your house. Okay.
No.
That ain't your house. Resident Joseph.
She can't hear us. Can you hear us? So let me ask y'all this: what we got going on the news today? Y'all know we get it going sometimes. We have a lot of stories.
Man.
I know she had. Then we definitely want to ask people that though. They call, tell us. We want you to call. We know they come in the comments.
That's my house.
Tell us what you'll do if you want $1 billion. While we touch on some other things, they send 1,000 stories we never cover them. I sent y'all something as well. Is that true though? That picture of those guys that I sent y'all, the ex-Disney guy, they look like this for real.
Let's see. Yes. Excuse me.
What's the story? The makeup you can post that. Can you print it up there?
Let me see.
People that know, the Love Doctor had to go and take one of our beloved uncles to the hospital. He had a car accident. He had to take him and make sure he was okay. Somebody struck him in the back. So.
Hold on.
Who is Charlie Girl in Alabama? Is that somebody famous? I know I asked about who is the most famous person you ever met. Is that somebody saying that person, Charlie, is the most famous person you ever met? Because I definitely like to discuss this serial killer stuff. You know, today we have more people than ever. I would say, well, just the number of people that, commit murders and, just streams of it, not just one murder, but, we find a lot of serial killers. Typically, when we came along, you hear of John Wayne Gacy. Then you might hear of, what's the other guy, Ted Bundy. A lot of these people weren't operating during the same time somewhat. It wasn't as, as large. It was like a distance between these guys, Helter Skelter, Charles, what's his name? Charles, what's the guy? Who?
Manson.
Yeah, Charles Manson, which from my understanding, he never killed anybody. He was just responsible for the teaching. And I think that was kind of a big thing in a way. But I guess people today have become so embodied with so many different things that it doesn't matter. People I think a lot of people are just more empty, and they're just kind of grasping for different things, and because they can't find themselves, it just becomes a situation where killing other people, hurting other people, raping other people, whatever it is, it's just become more common. It's just such a dominant, non-caring for life anymore. When I saw that picture with those two ex-Disney kids, one of them I know in particular, I will see if you want to post them up there. I'm curious on what happened with them. Amazingly, with child actors, they when they become adults, I mean, it's a whole nother world for them. I mean, they look different. You keep picturing them as this little child.
Yes.
It's hard for people to take them into reality because you see them as a kid actor. I know very few of them make it and become successful adults. I know, Will Smith wasn't actually a child actor. He was a teenager, not far from becoming an adult.
Mhm.
He done well, but he made a lot of reckless decisions. Not just slapping Chris. What's that? He slapped Chris Rock, but the marriage to me and Jada Pinkett, the openly relationship. Then the fact that a lot of things went public. I think she insulted him about, maybe on one side she insulted him one time about him not being a man or something like that, or embarrassed him or something with another man. I think he was crying on a YouTube video or something. Something happened. They went to YouTube with it. It was for a brief time, but just speaking of people famous, a lot of people heard, and you got a lot of young people today that desire to be famous athlete, famous actors, or singers, or whatever it might be. And amazing, nobody look at all the hurts these people go through. When you see these people, you see how they're subpart in the human society, in the lower extreme society, because of the things they get themselves involved with. It's not all of them, but a lot of the things they get themselves involved with is like, was John Morant, the basketball player, he's getting ready to go to court for a 16-year-old he beat up at his home. While he brought him over there playing basketball. Apparently I saw the news, it's him and someone that's with him. Apparently both jumped on the kid. You got to be so careful about the people you let in your world and the things you get involved with. You're a grown man. How did you wind up fighting a 16-year-old kid that you had at your home that you were playing basketball with? It's like, first thing, you're not venting people correctly. And I'm almost sure this kid did something to push him to that point. I don't see him. My thinking is, just being a man, I don't see a man just beating up a 16-year-old kid. I see a man that, open himself up, let the wrong person in his house, and then wind up backfiring on him. And then this kid looking like this was an easy way to make money. Control yourself. And once you do this, I'm going to use this against you. It's sad. And, all of the gun charges, I don't think it's gun charges. I think, the league has caught him. I think he's been officially caught, arrested with a gun, if I'm correct. But just the fact he put, so many athletes, he just won. If it's not him, it's entertainers, constant, especially rappers. I think some rapper just got himself in some trouble, big trouble. It's constantly. And when one rapper gets in trouble, and there's so many of them, it's so many, they'll make the one or two or the five look like it's the whole industry. I know the shooting between them is definitely, it's just deplorable. It's bad that you can't go to a rap concert without realizing you could lose your life.
Yeah.
Yes, you went to a concert, it was in hopes of seeing somebody, maybe touching somebody, or whatever it is. You're going to have fun, whatever it is. Nobody was going that thing. I could get killed tonight when I go to this concert because it's going to be a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bad, man. And then you would think entertainers, athletes would get it and hold themselves to a professional standard. And unfortunately they don't. They allow, other people to deframe the industry and deframe them. You can't control an individual, but you can say, we don't do nothing with this person because, you bring a bad karma to the scene. It was a time when you were famous. The only thing you had to worry about was groupies.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Worry about groupies in your trying, in California, it would be somebody in somebody's house. You're like, wow, this person broke my heart. They so, and just love this particular, performer, whatever it is. But now it's pow, 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 pow. It's like, and you would think, at some point, all these people will look at this Like I said, when Michael Jackson out here, he had security. It wasn't about somebody trying to shoot Michael Jackson. It wasn't about somebody trying to stab Michael Jackson. It was about fans throwing him and wouldn't let go of him, and he needs to go.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It was to keep people off his property because so many people want to get because they loved him so much. All these athletes, Anita Baker, all these performers, remember. When athletes were athletes then, you didn't have this stuff. When OJ and other people, back in other eras, and you don't have to go as far back as OJ, it was just you love these people. These people's like bigger than life. Now you can see these people, man, in a Kroger's, and they doing the dumbest stuff. It's like, and they're like, man, shoot you a bird, like whatever. You like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother world now.
Yeah, that's very true.
Well,
I've been
that's what-
following him just because.
What? You a stalker? What you say, Dr. Joe? You say
No, I've been following. No, I know you were talking about Jones,
John-
I believe his name is.
Who?
Who?
The one you sent on the thread.
Oh, I don't
Can
know.
you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. So, can y'all show the picture of these two child stars, former child stars? Are they considered still?
Oh, excuse me,
Yeah,
cannot.
we must do it. Yeah, the one, I love Dr. got his pet now. He's doing service.
I don't know how he does that, but I can he does it.
Press the window and put up. Well, that's what happened when we put it in the hands.
Please figure it out, because if you don't, he's gonna say, "See, that's why y'all need me on that wall."
And that show we don't know. We don't need it.
I think I'm gonna do it like this. Hold on, let me see. Oh wait,
Can you put a video?
Yeah, I might be able to do it. Hold on. Let me see.
OJ has something for you if you broke in it. Yeah, OJ Key. Yeah, that's right. Isn't that right? You bringing OJ out, you can cut.
Let me see.
That's something. OJ Lee hit door over. Ain't nobody finna go out now.
Hold on. Let me see.
You know, Tony, I'm finna break in OJ house. Yeah, that one will kill you. Don't do it. That knuckle crazy.
Hold on. Okay, don't click, please. Oh shoot. I got it up here, but I can't. I gotta move us. Let's see.
Why don't you just share your screen or something?
Share my screen.
Ooh. You got your kids in the background.
Dang. That's the people. I'm trying to let me see something. Let me see something.
Please, guys.
Hold on. I'm gonna take everybody down just so they can look, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Oh, that's your boy.
Yeah, I know. The one at the bottom, Corey.
They pretty much see who it is. So
I don't know, can you? I mean, because you see the top of the head, the mouth. One like the top of the head, the other one the mouth.
I didn't do that. So I don't know how to.
Ain't that Brown? Orlando Brown?
Is it Brown? Yes.
Man, that man is hilarious, man. Y'all gotta watch his interviews. He really he lost it. Yeah, he lost it.
For real?
He said that Michael Jackson. What is it? Michael Jackson, his daddy. He talk crazy like that. Yeah. Yeah. He.
You don't know what he's telling you. That
Yeah.
you need to listen.
I think some of the things he says are kind of truth, but some of the other things he says are out of, like, he went to a mental state where
Where's Crip Mac? Oh, he's Crip Mac now.
he was actually hospitalized.
Yeah.
Y'all think about how much damage he endured as a child, being young. Probably.
It was
I'm
sad.
speculating.
It was so sad.
Think about being funded by directors and other, known acting like you say, being mesmerized by these people. Then you might get touched by them, or they introduce you to the drinking, the drugs, and next thing you know, man, your life is totally just discombobulated. These kids, I know Corey I known Corey since he was like, I don't know, probably about 3, somewhere like that. probably about 2 or 3. Know his mother, Angel. And to see him like that is really hardening because his mother wasn't like that. His father didn't really.
Who was Corey?
Corey, he was doing. Was it Corey in the middle? What did the show used to do? But That's So Raven. He started off there.
Mhm.
Then he started had his own show, Corey, on Disney. I don't think it made it. But you think about, man, that life damaging, man. You're not getting picked up by anybody. You're in their eyes as a child actor. So when some of them take on them forms, think about the image they played. They was the scary. You know, you don't have a Disney kid that's bad. A Disney kid is scary. A Disney kid is lame. A Disney kid is, unbeknown to anything. That's what makes them a Disney kid. And Disney brings in a lot of sexual deviant people in that system. And they don't like you don't put the manly man on Disney. You put the kid, all his friends, they're afraid. The bully's the bad person. Whoever, tries to get is the bad person. They're too silly to do it. And the trouble they get in is so menial. You know what I'm saying? So now they have to go take on this life to prove themselves because everybody has an image of them as this lame little kid that can't do anything that's scary. And they get tired of that image when they come out. So now they take on this crazy image. Let me join the game, tattoo my head so people will think I'm crazy. And all we see is, wow, you're a kid actor. And you look like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we say it again.
I don't think he has those tests. Unless that's recent. Now, it's a 2022. He didn't have them, but I don't know. He could have them now.
Oh, Crip Mac is the other one that says he's not a bad fellow. He's mental. Maybe we can pull up a video. You can't show a video.
Well, he got mental. Have you seen those videos, Tony? Have you seen the videos that when they've interviewed him?
Who?
I tell you what, we have we're gonna come back to those, and we'll come back to those. But we have a guest tonight scheduled for 10, but we'll come back to that. Let's see. We have a guest artist tonight. Hi, welcome.
Hi guys.
Hello, Nelly.
Olay.
Yes. Well, let me give some background about who this person is. Chanel created a child-led, color-coded cookbook kit. Each kit comes with color-coded measuring cups, a child-safe knife, an apron, and chef's hat, as well as a dry erase marker. The book is uniquely designed to include 10 short stories that correspond with the recipes, along with 10 activity pages, fun facts, and review questions. Have fun cooking while working on learning concepts like color recognition, addition and subtraction, and independent learning. Best part is the cookbook is white, clean, friendly, so the fun can be repeated again and again. All right, welcome to the show, author, speaker, entrepreneur, Miss Chanel Miller. How are you? Welcome.
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me.
How you doing?
Yes. So you are the author of a kid-friendly.
Man, listen, man.
But hey, you got to have some interaction with kids if you're gonna write about them, right?
That is true.
Yes, that shows your experience. So we are glad that you are authentic in your quest.
What happened? Did a kid come across the screen?
I missed it.
Let's not worry about that.
We need that. We need that.
Yeah, we need that. Which one was it?
She just popped up right here, just out of nowhere, and disappeared.
Who was that?
Was it the oldest or the baby?
The baby.
I should have known it.
Yes.
That's when you gotta fire your watcher. I got fired 100 times for a watcher when my wife was working from home. As a father, we watching something, they dial out that room and go start talking.
Yeah.
He's like, shoot. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. How did the company start? Tell us a little bit about it.
So the company actually started as a simple Instagram page. I started homeschooling. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I homeschooled my 2 kids, 2.5. The 3-year-old is not quite 2-year-old. It's not quite there yet. But it started as an Instagram page to kind of document my journey as a homeschool mom. And then from there, it just kind of evolved. I have always loved writing. That has been a thing that I have always loved doing. And so it just kind of evolved from there. I was looking for cool, fun things to do with the kiddos. And it just kind of came up. My oldest, she likes to cook. And about 2 years ago, she was like, Mommy, I want to cook. I want a cookbook. So I searched Amazon, and I am a type of person. If Amazon doesn't have it, it just doesn't exist. I find everything on Amazon. And so I looked on Amazon, looked around. I couldn't find quite what I was looking for. I saw a lot of cookbooks where you can cook with mom, but nothing to where mom kind of cooks with you. And I wanted the concept to be the child led the cooking. The child was basically doing all the work, and you were just kind of assisting to kind of teach that independent learning aspect.
Good. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about how the idea for the cookbook came. Kid D Cuisine, Hadassah's Breakfast Delights. How was that created?
So Kid de Cuisine is actually a play on words. Chef de Cuisine actually is a French term used in the kitchen. It means head chef in the kitchen, basically. So it's just a play on words, Kid de Cuisine, meaning the kid is actually the head chef. And then Hadassah's Breakfast Delights. This is actually book 1, Most High Willing, in a series of 3 books, all 3 dedicated to one daughter. So the first is strictly breakfast recipes. The second one, Most High Willing, will be lunch. And then the third, I haven't quite figured her out yet, but I think I want to do either dinner or dessert. She can be sweet, so we'll see about that one. But that's kind of how that concept came about.
Okay. That is awesome. So I can see some things. So just tell me if you were selling it to me, if I was telling somebody else about it, what would be that unique thing about this cookbook?
Well, sorry. Well, first I will start off by showing it to them. Bam, here it is. Here's all everything in its awesomeness. And basically, what makes my cookbook unique is that more than 3 things. I'll say about 5 things. The very first is that it comes as a kit. So you don't just get a cookbook. It comes as a kit. So you get a chef apron, you get measuring cups, you get a child-safe knife, you get. Sorry.
Is it possible for you to show us an apron?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's start here.
Can we not smoke the hint when we talk about kids' cookbooks? Hey, sit down. I'm so sorry.
Listen, let them Jose Cuisine. I'm just trying to relax now. I am stressed.
Yes, all those kids at home who's watching, it is hemp. It's good for it.
Oh yeah, there's hemp. Yeah, you can do garments or whatever.
That was hilarious.
That's it.
Kid friendly.
Somebody asked also, where did you get that PPP last year? They're like, that book looked really nice and expensive.
So actually, so that's kind of why it was a 2-year project. I brought on partners who kind of collaborated to kind of help. They saw the vision and kind of help kind of get it done. So it's a group effort, and it's not really just my 2 partners that I brought on. Like I have the greatest support system you can ever have. As a matter of fact, the acknowledgments, my very first acknowledgement I guys have to show you is like my crew. From the illustrator was a part of my circle, from just even this right here. Let me show you guys right here. My Ra, who's on here, came up with that concept about just having characters and showing like the diversity, and each character represents one of my daughter's best friends. I love it. Yes. So actually this character actually represents someone's grandbaby on here. Wait, let me scoot over. So yes, so every character represents.
Oh, that's my now.
Yes, so every character.
Why she's so black?
Exactly.
What?
She's so chocolate. Wow, that's very discriminating.
That is not. She is beautiful. I feel like my illustrator did a wonderful job. She is
making her dark and chocolate. They're trying to say my grandbaby is burned up.
They're trying to say your grandbaby is absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
And so each one, I won't go through all of them, but each one kind of represents, and it's a representation, because some of our best friends don't look like all the people on here, but it really is to kind of, just show everyone can cook, all kids from all types of backgrounds and everything.
I'm sorry, Chanel. I know you got distracted, but can you go ahead? You were showing us things that was included.
Yes, thank you. So, so this is the cookbook, and the one unique reason is that if you see how shiny it is and the hue on there, it's because it's dry erase. So that means it's wipe clean friendly. So many times you have a young kid in a kitchen. This book is starts at ages 3+. A 3-year-old is going to have mistakes. They're going to drop something. They're going to spill something. With this, it's wipe clean friendly. So it minimizes the risk of the cookbook being getting dirty. Second thing is that makes it really unique is the big, bright, bold pictures. So as you can see, the highlight of the book is not the words, it's actually the pictures. So the pictures allow for the kid to actually look at the pictures and cook themselves. So that is another highlight. Also with the material, as I said, you get should have took it out of the box, huh? You get a dry erase marker that comes with the kit. So you can actually write directly on the cookbook. So you will see that it has activity pages. Activity pages towards the end. It has checklists. It has everything that the child can actually write directly on the cookbook, and it also has little eraser tip on the end, so they can write and repeat and erase and keep on going. So that's one reason it makes it unique. The other, if you notice when I showed the book and showed the pages, it had pictures of measuring cups, and I'll go back and show you right here. So you'll see here, I'm sorry, I'm not good with this camera. So you'll see here, like right here, it has a yellow tablespoon, and then this is a picture of baking soda. So a child may not be able to read this direction down here. Like I'm 3, I can't read, right? So it has a yellow measuring cup that's 1 tablespoon and a picture of baking soda. So the child basically can look and say, oh, baking soda, my yellow cup. And then they know that's what they have to use. So it's made specifically to where the parent has to be in the kitchen. So don't try to, leave the kitchen. We're not responsible for that. It is a disclaimer. The parents have to be inside the kitchen, but you're actually act as an assistant. You have minimal help that you have to do. So the measuring cups come with the kit. So it's color coded to match, and the kid can go ahead and cook with minimal help. And apron, you get a apron and a hat that comes with it. So this comes with the kit. And also I have something for you. If you say, hey, I have a son, he likes to cook. Is that a girl's toy? Girl, well, guess what? There are many boy chefs. So guess what we have for you on the website available. This does not come with the kit. However, if you want your son to participate, bam, we have a very friendly, our regular design Kid de Cuisine apron and hat for that as well. And last that comes with the kit, you say, Chanel, that's a whole bunch of amazing things. Well, we got one more for you. We have a child safe knife. So you don't have to worry about your kiddo. Teach your kiddos is at young ages, learning manipulatives and learning how to do things with hand-eye coordination is very good and key with development. So this can help you allow your kid to cut some of the things in the book, or cut little fruits and things, and not worry about, cutting themselves or anything like that. So everything, you get all of this in the kit as one whole thing, and that is everything that comes in it. So yeah.
Ray, I was gonna ask you, how is this good for a 3-year-old? How can a 3-year-old cook with just using this book?
Well, one thing is at the age of 3, a lot of times children are learning their numbers, they're learning their colors. And so it's really good to facilitate that. So if your child is at 3 and learning their colors and numbers, they can cook. They can say, oh, yellow, match it up and pour. So that's what makes that is why such a young child can do it. Also, it's good for, in the homeschool community. A lot of times you're looking to teach. Sometimes you get tired of being at a desk, or, just have your child sitting down. This allows you to practice some concepts, when you have to cook breakfast anyway. So how about we just, have a quick lesson. So you can count, we have recipes where you can count the blueberries, where you can say what color are the blueberries, what colors you use. At the end of each recipe, there's also a review. So we can talk about problem solving skills. There's a couple questions at the end that ask, if we add 2 more strawberries to the recipe, how many strawberries do we have altogether? There's fun facts. There's so many opportunities to learn with your child while at the same time having fun.
This is totally awesome. A lot of times people try to see how we can carve out. We're so busy, and how can we carve out this time to spend with our kids? And this is an awesome tool to help you do just that and get something and get some work done.
Yes.
Now, that's a beautiful book.
Now, where can we find this?
Hello?
Yes,
where can we find this book?
So the book is currently available for pre-order on the website, on my website. It's Them3andMe, www.them3andme.com. It will be available on Amazon in October. So right now we're in the pre-order phase. So right now it's just pre-orders, but the book will release at the end of October. So if everyone who does pre-order, you get a very special gift. You get printouts, you get wall posters. We also have a visual grocery list. So it is another learning tool you can do with your kids. Again, when you have young children, they're not yet reading and writing. So we developed a grocery list where it has 80 of the common food items that's in the household. Your kid can cut them out, paste them on their little list, and go with you to the grocery store. So we have a packet of free posters and printables for downloads if you pre-order with us, and that's only available during the pre-order time period.
Right. It's instant. It's instant download. You don't have to wait on that. So that is so cool. There's a gift there's a what is that?
That's a beautiful birthday gift for a little kid. I love it.
How much is the book?
The book is $54.99 for the entire kit. Yep, $54.99.
$54.99.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm gonna get one for my grandbaby.
Yes.
Her started since she's on that. She need to get her one, so she'll be up in the first numbers going.
Yes, she was actually part of she was actually part of our. We had a focus group, and she was a part of it. Sharif Bostic on here, his daughter was a part of the focus group. Because my goal really was, I was making this book for my daughter, but I really wanted it to be available for other kids, and I wanted to see how other kids liked it. And I got, really good positive reviews. I was so happy about that. And also, it's CPSC certified, so Child Protective Safety certified. No.
I said, oh my goodness, she done made a racist book.
No, sir. We got everything tested. Everything is safe. I wanted to make sure that all of the kiddos were safe and happy when using it. So
that's beautiful. You did a great job, Nina. Very proud of you.
I love it.
Detail. So for people that want to get their kids the book, I endorse it. I posted on Twitter. When I saw it this morning, I sent it out on Twitter. I want people to know about it, and I know you, and I know how you are about your girls. Everybody will say they care about their kids, but she cares deeply about her kids. I know a lot of time was put into it in detail, and and thinking about other people's kids based off of, I'm sure, walking through it, looking as a mom, what I want to take away from my responsibility, and at the same time, increase her ability and make it where it's easier for her to do, And, it'll be things I'm sure people will have to get in and help and do. But, getting our kids those fundamentals while they're young is so critical. And at the same time, allowing them to learn a couple, different objects and teach them, when they become fun to them, you can teach them so much without them ever know they're actually being taught, but they're, enriching themselves, encompassing more, information about things. And that's the key to getting people to learn. I think it's to getting them to, to really be eager about it, and they'll be eager about, hey, I did this. I know how to do this. And then they move into other series, as far as, in their growth and development. So that's beautiful. Kudos to you. You did a great job, exemplifying the book, showing the book. It's a nice book, thinking about the fact that, hey, the kid wastes something on the book, then the book's damn, I got to throw it in the trash. Nope, wipe it off. Sure, they can write down, different things, so you start teaching them. You know, it's a lot of things we don't do now. We don't write things down anymore. We don't actually spell anything. We don't spell things anymore. You pretty much you get closer to the word, then the thing just keeps going. You don't realize how much you lose. And when they become adults, you know, it can help a lot of it can really help a lot of our young girls. And they, like I said, and even thinking about the guys. I thought it was a baby doll she picked up.
No.
Okay, yes. So
No,
okay,
that's
we
just
definitely
Nikki.
appreciate it. See, that's the baby girl now. She was coming for you.
Woo! Hey girl.
I seen that hair going. I seen that hair everywhere. I said, "What is she doing?"
Hey girl.
That's why I thought it was a doll when you picked up from the back. I seen that. I said, "Whoa, she had a
All
doll."
the craziness.
Hello, girl.
So yes, and I did want to add to another aspect that I forgot to add about the book. In the beginning of each recipe, there's a story. So it further that that I wanted to kind of really drill home the time like that we spend with our kids. So many times they're rushing in and out, but the story really is designed to sit down, read the story to your little one, have some fun at the end, and ask, you know, whatever you're doing, have a story about picking blueberries at the end. It says, do you want to make blueberry muffins? So just to kind of, you know, facilitate that parent and child interaction. I really wanted to drive that home. So
That's great. Real great.
thank
You
you.
get
guys.
rich. Remember us. Remember we the first show that had you on.
Yes.
We be definitely looking for handouts.
Yes, absolutely. I already for to do so. I said so. My plan is for the promotion. I will be going on a blog tour. So a blog and podcast tour. So I'm trying to set up a couple interviews and lineups. But I wanted you guys to be the first. I asked. So I said I wanted you guys to be the first. You know, I have you guys. All of you guys got a shout out in the acknowledgement section. You know, you guys. I have feel about you guys. So yes, I wanted you guys to be the first. My first stop. So yeah.
Well, we are so glad and we are excited about this new journey for you. And all the best. And we know it's going to come. And it's well deserved. You work very hard. So I'm glad to see it come to fruition.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I love it.
Definitely appreciate
I'll be
you.
buying mine.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys.
Do your thing. I would say flowers. Somebody said flower you.
Thank you. Thank you guys. I definitely appreciate
Oh,
it.
you deserve your flowers. That's all right.
Deserved. Yeah, she changed it.
I thought she meant dessert since it was a cookbook. I thought she actually meant
No, I thought you meant it too. I thought you meant it. You shouldn't have corrected it.
Right? It was clever.
Yeah, I was like, it was. You know, she didn't even know she was clever. She just changed it. But
She didn't know.
She's scared. Now she's gonna probably come back and say, "Let me put it up now." Every time you pick up, we see the back of her. She's like you picking up a baby doll. I said, "Where's this baby doll?"
She acts like a baby doll. She's tired. So this is as soon as this is over, then she's gonna be out. She's tired.
Okay.
Well, all right. We can go get those three. They're three.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for joining us.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Bye. You too.
All right, and don't be scared to keep watching. So what we at? Okay, we appreciate that. Appreciate Nelly B. Y'all check out. What was the her site? These three and me.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Them. I put it up. Them three and me. I put it. Oh, here we go.
That's it. Okay. That's our personal page to go there to her if you want to pre-order the book. Also, you can get it from mails as well. So I can actually leave it up for a couple of seconds or a minute or so. So that way, those watch it, you can get it, you can take it. What do we have going? What do we have going on? I know we post something about the Disney kids. Our time get going, and that's because we have so much fun. We talk about real issues and everything else.
I'm trying to get to that. I try to add to that, but I was doing an interview, so I'm trying to add. Let's see. All files. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, I bet you won't even do it. Let's see. Nope. Video. But anyway, Mhm. Well, anyway,
Okay, we can get it up now.
but I'll still work on it while you guys do that. But yeah,
That's what we have on our story. So Love Dot left us crippled from posting it.
because I don't understand why it's not allowing us to do
Love
it. Yet.
Doctor, wherever you are, shame on you.
Yeah. All right. So of course, you know, in the news is our dear sister,
Who?
Carly Russell.
Oh man. Wow. Yeah. Talk of the month, talk of the day, talk of the hour, the minute, the second, talk of the year. Yeah. I think she took away, I think she's taking well, go ahead and tell us what's going on. So Carly Russell. Who is Carly Russell? What did Carly Russell do? Did she a mass murderer, killer, carjacker, thief, sexual? What is she? Who is Carly? Who is Carly?
The young lady who said that she was she saw a toddler on the expressway. She stopped her car to see and to follow the kid, and that's all pretty much I got so far. Well, she was gone for what, 3 days? And
3 days.
The 15 came back on the 18th.
Yeah.
You know what happened? They mail out those checks on the 15th. You should have your house by the 18th. They come out on the 1st and the 15th. I'm telling you. So if you ain't got on the 15th, you can go by the 18th. It should be in your mailbox. This is like a story where kidnapped. What did she say? She pulled over. She saw a toddler, possibly about approximately 3 years old, white t-shirt, no pants on, just a diaper, walking down the main highway. She had been following the kid for 600 yards. You're in a vehicle. Who follows a kid for 600 yards? That's like the chief of police said that, which is 6 football field. Who follows a toddler walking by on the side of a major highway with a t-shirt? And why would you not get out? Why would you not stop? Why would you not call the police? Why would you not say, I'm right here? Just too calm. Because I mean, really been like, and then you just sit back in your car and the child just stops and it allows you to sit there and watch when the kid's walking.
No, she said a guy came out of the woods.
That was after she said she got a car.
Right. And to check, a guy came out of the woods, a guy with orange hair. Wow. Came out of the woods to check on a toddler, but picked her up and made her go over a fence that was there. And he forced her into a car, and the last thing she remembers is she was in the trailer.
Yeah. Him and a woman.
Yeah.
And what's
I don't know about
Go ahead.
I think only a person with some type of either going through something mentally or having a mental issue, situation can make a story like that.
Well, that was a person.
She said they tied her up.
Well, she said they didn't tie her up.
She said they only tied her hands or just her feet or something like that.
She said they didn't tie her hands. I saw the police. I saw the chief when they did the live interview about the whole case. She said that they said they didn't tie her hands. This was after she escaped too.
But not
because they said they didn't want rope.
Not tied her up.
I mean, none of this makes sense. They took you over a gate.
It doesn't.
So what they did find when they went through her phone, that her searches on the 13th, searching about a bus ticket to go to Birmingham when you own a Mercedes. Then she also was searching how to steal money out of the register without getting caught or something. And then she searched on the Amber Alert. How old do you have to be for Amber Alert what's the maximum age? Because I think she was 25 or something, 26. When could she get on the Amber Alert? Which tell me, I've laughed about some things because she's alive, and that's a good thing. I think that a couple of things. She definitely needs help, and her family. For them to continue to cover for her, say it makes her worse. But I think they looking at like everybody hates that girl right now. And that's how it has to feel to her and feel to her parents. Everybody hates her because you lied and people were hurt. People just knew the worst. And then, hey, you made it, you escaped. We so grateful. Whatever the deity they served, the praise to him. And, to find out the more and more you keep hearing this story, it's like, wow, you just went off and you did this. You had people crying and hurting and praying for you. The FBI was brought in and the Secret Service. The description about the Caucasian didn't come out after she came back. So how many Caucasian they were looking for in trucks who might look strange, hair might not be orange but red. Maybe she meant red and not orange. If anybody was stopped and harassed, that is not fair.
Right.
And I don't go along with it. That she's just the wrongest. Susan Smith, whatever she said that a quote unquote black man had kidnapped her kid. You can't do that. We had all-time racial height, and then to add fuel to the fire, let white people be guilty for what they guilty for. Let people of color be guilty for what they guilty for. Nobody likes the other one. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. She don't realize the damage she caused and how many people, police officers who stayed late, especially those that have kids, FBI agents. You think how many people looked at? I got a daughter, and if my daughter was missing, I would want somebody to do everything they could. I would want to put, because think a lot of those officers and Secret Service, those people, they got kids. So certain things are going to be sensitive, especially say if they're FBI, CIA, Secret Service, police, and you lost a child, whether it was an accident, and you always recamp in your mind, it had something went different, your child would still be alive. Whatever happened. So you think of how much vigor people had in, I need to solve this. I'm sick of our kids getting, I'm sick of our kids missing, our young women missing it. And you just walk back up and you just told this just blatant lie and you just messed up so much stuff. What needs to happen? She does need help. She does need counseling and she needs to go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give her help. But she needs to go to jail. I'm 1,000% for her incarceration. I don't feel sorry for her going to prison. She needs to go to prison. I don't think she needs to do no 20 years. She needs to go to jail till she learns you put people in a bad. You put your parents in a bad. Any parent would do practically what she's doing. You would want your kid not to be hurt. First of all, I thought my kid was kidnapped. The next thing I knew, after my kid's probably dead. I'm trying to get my mind wrapped around my kid is missing. My kid is dead. I'm just waiting on a body. Whether it's naked, whether it's mutilated, whether it's in a river, and your bastard behind walks back up, and you come up with this story. I'll be so pissed, and then you put them in the end where people are gonna blame the parents.
Yeah,
parents can't all be responsible for every decision they kid. She's 26.
Oh, no,
baby.
Mm-mm.
And unfortunately,
at that age, she is responsible.
And the fact is, her parents. And and that's what bad. You don't want to throw your kid on the bus, but I gotta throw you on the bus because this will kill me. It's gonna kill a reputation. Everybody gonna let you cover for her. You know better than she is. She doesn't. I'm sure that she's compiling what I thought was gonna happen. I thought people were gonna embrace me, love me. I was gonna be an American hero. You know what I'm saying? I made it. My family's gonna really hold me tight. Because she's hurt. She's hurt. And she wanted that attention. She wanted that care. She wanted that crying. But she wanted to be alive. And be like, yeah. And she put herself in there. She's thinking, all I wanted was somebody I wanted y'all to really just love me. She's selfish. She's selfish. That tells me she's definitely selfish. And now she'll be the type, man, you really have to monitor that she don't kill herself.
Yeah, that's what I was
Things didn't work. It's getting worse and worse by the day.
Right. Yep.
When they did the interview, they flat out just, they did it in layman terms. She's a liar without saying she was a liar. They said, listen, she can call, we'll talk right now. They said this story is just, but they knew if you say too much and that if it's a slight possibility that man exists, he was going to have to retire. Everybody opened their mouth. If this person existed, you're going to have to go. And that's the part they had to watch. But everybody knew this story. This story is not going to get better. It's no way possible. I don't see that. They let you go. They didn't tie your hands up. They let you escape twice. And the second time you escaped, you ran through the woods. And when you came out the woods, you were at your house. Where have you been riding around for 3 days? You right on the other side of the woods to your house. Who
it's
where
so
you ride for 3 days and been on the other side of the woods from your house?
It's so bad.
What woods can run for this long? So these are some short woods. How long are these woods? It's like nothing makes sense. You made it worse. You should have just said nothing. Just I'm in such trauma and then leave it right down. You messed this up so bad. Your own story hurts it worse, and I hate it for her because she's somebody's
It's
kid.
really bad.
She's 25 years old. She could, if you wanted to get away, you can get away. Just take a break. Go.
It gets bad.
It wasn't about that. No, it was never about getting. It was about I want them to hurt for me. I want them to. That's what it was about. It was never about getting away. Never. It was only about getting people to care and really pour their heart out and just hug her, hold her. We'll never want you to. And then anytime she don't want to just do something, maybe like don't call back, don't answer when you call. Just say you call me right now, I'll answer. First thing you're gonna do is panic. Maybe she kidnapped again. Oh, let me get. Oh, girl. She's like, yeah. What happened? Oh, I thought you. Oh, don't ever do not call you. It's like that care. Now people need a money. They need to stay on top of me. They need to watch me. They don't know if the person still out there might come back to get me again. That's what she was seeking. That's what she was seeking for, and she failed miserably. It is no way for her to get out of this now to tell the truth, and her truth will kill her even more. That's because she does the whole.
Well, I think that definitely work. I think she still got a part of that because they still gonna wonder if she's gonna kill herself because it's so bad.
Somebody quoting a famous Caucasian man.
Well, hopefully that's why I always say.
I don't know. Famous white man.
If you're going through a struggle, seek help. She must have been going through a crisis, and you start committing actions that are unreasonable.
Somebody got a lot of noise. Hit that mute.
Completely.
Hit that mute. Hit the cash out. We hear your call rolling. Hit the mute. Hit the cash out. Oh, I got you.
Oh.
I got it. I done it. Not even.
Hello.
Yeah, that I had a mute. That was too much air wind blowing.
It is air conditioning.
I don't know if it was air conditioning or what. They had the window down. When it get dark, black people get cheap. They'll roll them. I don't roll my window down. It's rare. If I roll my window down, I'm throwing a banana peel out. I just don't. I don't have time to be hitting the face with no bugs. I don't need no high air rip requirement. I pay for air conditioning, and I'm gonna use it every time I get a chance. But anyway, that's sad. More or less that's sad, and it's sad. It only gets worse, and she'll be known like Tawana Broadway. When that story went for a long time, she claimed she was raped by police officers or something. Claimed she was beat down. Tawana Broadway, and she messed up. Al Sharpton, I think he got sued behind her story. See, that's what you put people in such a bad situation. You had them thinking. What was it? Tawana Broadway. She tried to say was it that she was raped by the police or beat by the police?
I think it was. I thought that was rape. I don't know. I'm thinking rape.
It seems like if I'm wrong, please forgive me. That's I'm not trying to add. Anything you say, people play. Oh, I said rape. It wasn't rape. It was vaginal sticking. You're like, okay, here we go. What? You call it rape. I'm just saying everybody want to call something different.
White man.
Yeah. She blamed on the white man. Was it the white man? Police?
Kidnapped and raped. That's what she accused him of being. She was saying that she was kidnapped and raped by 6 black men.
Black men.
White men.
See, this stuff don't make sense, and it's bad. It's just bad. Either way, it's bad. I know moving to that story. That was an all lifetime story in itself. I know we had another story about a kid. Do you have a story about a kid that was in school, 12-year-old student who wore a T-shirt? Whose story was that?
Joanna.
Tell us about it, Joanna.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello.
No, somebody doing it.
Love Doctor. What's up?
Hey, I enjoy what y'all talking about. I just wanted to scuba analyze, because that's what we do here too, Mike Set of Mind. We scuba analyze. We take this and we go beyond what's on the surface. I want to scuba analyze the situation.
They do it.
But before I do scuba analyze, I want to say hit the cash app, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And I want to say a special thanks. Last week, we received an enormous amount of contributions. And because of those enormous amounts of contribution that we received, I'm believing that we'll receive double tonight. Anybody want to touch agree with me on that?
Touch. Agreeing.
I agree.
I'm gonna need more energy. But,
Touching.
yeah.
Okay.
But as I scoop analyze the situation, what I noticed is that based on the press conference, the police actually knew this was a hoax and a lie from the beginning of the story. Within the first 5 minutes that the police officer was on site, I was looking at how the police allowed the media to go so far with this story when they already knew from the jump street that it was a hoax. I think that they actually allowed it to go on just as a way to kind of go ahead and convince, black people, hey, y'all stupid. Look how all these black people, y'all put the blame on these cops and all this other stuff. And the black man started attacking the black man. And we forget about the whole man who orchestrated the whole thing and allowed everything to go on for as long as they automatically knew off rip that the whole thing was a hoax.
I think you should go with her and get some help.
Yeah.
That's right. No.
Let me tell you why.
What, you think they're gonna spend that much money?
No, not no Secret Service or FBI. They did. But like you say, you scuba analyze, so you a sub right now, which is below. If you look at this whole thing, I think that once they put a couple of things together, they realized it. I think by day one, because you gotta remember, you just got a call. She did call.
Yeah.
So now you get here, the car is here, the purse is there,
yeah,
the phone is there, and her watch is there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the child, you don't see her in the Mercedes left. There's no reason to make you think it was fake. People are riding by, so you don't know who did what. You checking. Now you start trying to find the person who made the call.
Right.
You looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Once you don't sign the person, then you start to look at, okay, pull the ID, you run ID, find who the person is, so people start looking. Anybody that's familiar, you got officers out looking. You start putting things together. The phone left. You got to first go and get a warrant or go to a judge or somebody permission to get into somebody's phone, get to the carrier, start looking at last calls, what was going on from there. You start putting things together. Because listen, once you see her, because she's an attractive young lady. I mean, she's a nice lady, not ugly. Mm-hmm. And you start looking at that, you immediately, I would think you would go after looking at boyfriends, either current or past boyfriends. Because it's very well likely, typically when kidnapping happens, you feel like someone knows someone. And when it's a woman, you typically gonna look for a man. Is she married? She's a boyfriend. Let's find out what a boyfriend is. It's a lot of things you're putting together. Once you start going through and looking at a period of time that passed, and this is getting more serious, then you're gonna start getting more deep into her stuff, her information. Because then they got on her phone to start looking at again, doing. They had to go to her phone to find out about phone searching. Now you're going. This is really proud. Her phone searches, things are starting to prove. Look, because then they found out she went to Target. And she bought something and they put together her bag. That's what. Then you start knowing something don't make sense. Why would you get out of the car without your watch and without your phone, but you get your bags that you bought from Target? So now you're starting to move into some things but you can't discuss that with anybody because you can very well blow a case that you investigated. Once she popped back up, and once they talked to her the first time and they knew they asked her this story, that really let them know this is definitely some of her stuff. Then, because I'm sure they kept asking the family about her. Has she ever had any psychological problems? Has she been in medical anything? Because you want to see the family. Y'all ever had an issue with her running away before? And I guarantee you, look it up, you'll find out she ran away before. She's probably done that. Probably said, but that was so long ago. It does have a lot to do with it. She's an attention.
That might be her coping mechanism.
Look at her pictures of herself. She walked down the street. Somebody tell you, she likes attention.
Mm-hmm.
She likes a lot of attention. And then it's come back.
She got it.
Mm-hmm. She's what we would call a drama queen. So on that one, I don't think that they knew that immediately. I think that, a detective who do what they do know I'm putting things together, and the family's not coming clean with me on some things. Because the family let them know she's not talking no more. You need to be out there looking for Carrot Top. They're like, wow. So I know they put together. They weren't involved. They don't want to come to grip. Mom don't want to admit her daughter's a liar. I know the family's done falling out with them. Somebody in the family told them, y'all can't keep letting her do this. She's looking stupid right now. And I'm sure she ain't talking to no family members. They not talking. She know people. Somebody gonna say something to her like, I don't believe this. Friends, why would you do that? But people that know her, watch it. Everybody got to stay back. Somebody gonna come and tell her, we know what type of person she is. That's the first thing you look at. Is this in a person's ability? And I'm sure she's given all signs before that alluded to. She's very capable of doing that herself because she likes drama. She likes attention.
A lot of things were happening at the same time. Somebody said that she failed her nursing school. Her boyfriend broke up with her. And I guess she was at a breaking point and she might have not known how to deal with. And she created that, like you said, drama.
Before we even get to that, though, look at this aspect. Okay, who controls the media and why did they select her story to give her story nationwide coverage? Out of all other black people that get kidnapped and trafficked, why did they select her story?
That ain't her story. The news picks what they need. If you don't have anything, that's Alabama. Ain't nothing going to Alabama. Alabama had won a national championship in 2 years straight. Okay, ain't nothing going on in Alabama. This is the biggest news Alabama has seen in over 2 years.
Right.
So if Alabama is not going to the national championship, somebody need to get played. Somebody need to tell the lie and say somebody got kidnapped. There's no reason for Alabama to be on the news, except when they come in to announce that they have just joined the United States of America and they have stopped being a separate country. Other than that, there's nothing to talk about.
Which raised even more suspicion as to why did this story happen in the middle of nowhere? Why was this story selected by all the mass media to go after this one?
Well, I mean, you got certain story that just make news.
No, the police officer. I don't think anything happens in the media accidentally. I think the media is selective about everything that they select, and based on what the police chief said, if he said by his own testimony that his officers knew when they arrived on the scene from the first 5 minutes that her story did not add up. They said they were able to retrieve the video. Yeah, he said all that. He said the reason why they didn't panic is because they already knew that there was no suspect for them and there was no threat to the public at all. There was absolutely no threat to the public at all. He said they just wanted to give the family time enough to save face and for things, they say they really was trying to protect the image of the girl is what they really wanted to do. But he say they knew from the beginning there was no public threat to safety at all. That's what the police chief said. So again, based on his own testimony, he's saying they knew from jump that this right here was a hoax all the way from the beginning of it. He said they weren't fooled at one point in time.
I don't remember. I saw the live speech they gave, and I don't remember hearing that.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah. He was very thorough. He was very thorough with his presentation. He was very thorough. What that led me to believe is when all the mass media is going and focusing on this story, what is the real story that's going on where they're trying to divert our attention for? And I found out what the real story is that's going on. Oh yeah.
Come on.
What is it? Tell us.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have my story. I don't have access to pull up the story.
Let me tell the story.
But in a nutshell, what it is going on right now is in Chicago. Chicago has fired 6 black principals, and these were the most successful black principals in the school district of Chicago that was turning around the programs for the Chicago. But Chicago has specifically launched a mission to keep the blacks operating in ignorance and in poverty. And a lot of these principals have been having press conferences saying about how it's been unfair and the unfair treatment, and how Chicago strategically sets up a system to keep the blacks in a suppressive state so they can keep being incarcerated time and time again. And they've been trying to launch news conference out of it, but they can't get the attention that they need.
Well,
You said they got.
I think one of the guys' name is Abdul Muhammad. If you Google Principal Abdul Muhammad, I think is one of their names or whatever. And he was just he just sounds so heartbroken and defeated and frustrated by the whole entire ordeal with him. In terms of he started going through his whole history of how he's been a principal over 20 some years, and he specializes in going into those schools, and he has a passion to love those kids, and how the whole system is corrupt, and how they deliberately, he found out that they were stealing money from those programs to keep those kids poor, and he started firing the people that was actually stealing the money, and they turned on him and corrupted the whole thing, and they get them out. All of the good people with good intentions, they really in Chicago target all of them and get them out of there real quick. And that's been the biggest thing. Oh, yeah. See, that's what we do when we scoop analyze. Only here on Two Mics in the Mind. Everybody hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? Tell your friends about us. Every Thursday, 8:30. That's what we doing. Two, you need to change the title. It need to be called 345 Mics.
Wait. First of all, I'm trying to
5 mics.
Okay, so it happened earlier in June about this man. Okay. As a principal.
Oh yeah. It's been good stuff, but it's a lot going on. Yeah.
What happened in Chicago on that end? Well, in the situation with the school system, it's the same thing that happens in all of the major city school systems.
I was going to say that.
Always,
yep.
So, Chicago, and, getting rid of good people, getting rid of people that's effective in making change, that's always been a part of my, that's society, that's in government, that's in religion, that's in, that's definitely education system, mass incarceration, and there needs to be a way to get everybody on page to be able to discuss and look at how do we make these changes and fix our own situation. Everybody of color knows it. Everybody Hispanic knows it. The part that infuriates you is, why is this still happening? How do we know about something and do nothing about it? That's like the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Why don't we ever? Who doesn't know this? It's like people say, we need to get together. We need to discuss it. Why would we really, in a sense, why don't we discuss it? Everybody knows it, and we still there has never been a news station come on or news break Hispanic principal do something to white students. You know what I'm saying? As far as downgrade or make them, dumb them down, steals money from the program and impoverish white kids or Hispanic or a Chinese person. It's always them doing it to everyone else. There's never been a story where a Chinese person had disenfranchised white students, Hispanic white student. Never happened. An African. It's never been the story. It's always them taking something, allowing, controlling. There's never been somehow who's of these other ethnic group that have been in control of their school systems. Never. Not to where it can hurt them. You know what I'm saying? They don't let a person run the country. Barack Obama was the highest of quote unquote people of color that's ever been in that seat. Yet him in that seat could never disenfranchise white people. He did more for whites. And I'm not ready. It's the fact. They never relinquish power to anything to where you can hurt them. And that's something we have to build for ourselves. Why do we allow people to be able to hurt us? That's every race. No race. Why could no outside race should ever be able to do that to another race? If there's a detriment, if there's a threat, if there's a holdback, it should only be majorly from the people who are existing inside of the race, which means they are self-destructing to themselves. Quote unquote African American are not self-destructive to themselves. Quote unquote Black Americans are being destructed by a system of people who have made them think. Look at it. Animals that are extinct from their own ignorance or lack of survival, or and from others conquering them. The Negro has been fought on every end. He has destructed. He shows a pattern of destruction in himself. Yet he still multiplies. So at some point you have to look and see, are these numbers factual? Between AIDS, between being homosexual, between incarceration, between AIDS, you know what I'm saying, between gun violence, between gangs. Please tell me how we existing.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times you really have to look at what people tell you to see if it's actually factual. They created people inside our system to do what they do to us.
Yeah. It's corrupt. It's very corrupt. I worked in the school system where it was majority Black and Latinos, and the principal was white. He stole money from that school. He was caught. He actually came out on the news and was not arrested.
Wow.
He was not arrested. Nothing happened to him. And I mean, it was a charter school for minorities, and it was a school that was struggling. The gym was very small. The kids were not given the proper materials to learn. So, somebody went in there, infiltrated, because somebody reported it, and they stole all the money that was donated for that school. And I mean, it was so disgusting in that school. It was dirty. The kids were smoking weed at the bathrooms. They were not doing anything about it. The places where they used to do suspension, it was like a jail. It was horrible. He nothing happened to him. He stole a lot of money and nothing happened. And he came out on the news. If we look for it, it came out on the news. It was a white man. With Latino kids and Black kids only. It was one white kid in the whole high school.
They're saying that for people watching. We're not saying white people don't steal from whites. And whites don't hurt whites. We're just saying that whites do more damage if you just really look at it to every race. There's no one race that does as much detriment to the diversity of people, on the planet. Look at all of the people that are organizing, just like the Brits. I mean, the new, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America. I mean, you look at these people. They're not even trying to collaborate with white people. These people are all breaking away because they're saying they break away from the European Union. I mean, it's not the European. The whitest they have them is Putin, the Aryan. He's breaking away from his own people. To the foreign treaties with the Chinese, South Africa, with the Indians, you know what I'm saying, with South America. People are tired. People are tired of being beaten, bombarded, and being lied to and raped. And all I'm looking at, you are the people that manipulate. Look, Russia's the bad people. They proved that to us when they gave us Rocky. When Rocky fought the Russian. It's always been moving for years to teach you to hate the Russians. Then the Chinese. Years ago, coming up to even in the 70s and the 80s, when they had moving, it was the Chinese and the Russians who they would show. Those were the bad guys. Then after 9/11, they start pushing the Arabs. The Sanasa they put with the Arabs are they'll blow up. They will blow you up. But they do business with them every day. They protect Arabs, but they'll show you a movie. It's the Arab that justify when they want to destroy and kill people. Everyone you hate, it's been created from America. And that's not every white person. It's the system that teach all of us to hate each other. You have Hispanic gangs. Hispanic gangs are more detrimental to Hispanics. Black gangs are more detrimental to blacks. All these gangs, Chinese gangs, Chinese gangs don't fight black people. They don't fight Chinese people. I mean, they don't fight, Hispanic people. All these people do damage to themselves. But look at white gangs, Aryans, all these people. They have their little intermediate fight. They control the prison system. They control the drugs, and they control corporations. There is no other race that has that ability.
I was given I got some information about a county. They had 30 teachers that resigned on May 30th of this, this year. They had 4 of them that retired. No, 5 retired. 30 resigned. 1 was terminated. And they have 4. These are certified teachers, and they have 4 paraprofessionals that resigned, that left a school system.
The system
A school system. Not a school system.
Okay.
30 certified teachers.
What kind of was that? You gotta look at the superintendent.
Right.
And
Okay.
the board. Are you serious?
I'm very serious. Mm-hmm.
They're tired. They're tired of the system. They're just tired. That's horrible. 30? That's insane. And then the kids are the ones who suffered because the system is that bad. They start school and they don't have teachers in the classroom. They put whoever that's not educated to teach these kids, and the kids are not learning. It's been a whole year, and you have to pass them because, hey, it looks bad in the school. So pass them even if they don't know how to read. It's just, the system is like corrupt, very corrupt towards low-income schools. It's just really sad.
And I was reading about that guy that he was talking about, the Muhammad young man.
Horrible.
He had a lot of
insane.
Yeah, he had a lot of claims against him, but then they actually found most of the claims were substantiated. So I don't know how. Say it again.
What were the claims?
One of the claims was that he bought himself a Mac computer and 2 printers before he bought supplies for the counseling department. They said he mismanaged money and he made strange purchases for a school pet rally. He ordered balloons, a DJ, and a photo booth. And they also said that he took a student to a Citgo gas station. And he arrived late one day for school on a snowy day, and he did nothing to help cover the classes at the school. I guess that was one of his jobs, but he didn't cover that class, and he came to school late. Those were some of the things that were against him, and then they found those things were actually true. So
scuba, so he didn't go deep enough in his scuba.
Yeah. So, I mean, what is it?
Listen, always something. So what do we do about the question I brought up, or comment? Why is it that we always allow other people to control us to the fact we know what they're doing?
Mm-hmm.
The system isn't for us, but yet we still operate in it. We still allow our kids to be in it. Versus, why can't we say, let us, if it's America and we send us a melting pot, and then it's composed of all these different ethnic groups, yet there still needs to be a way for us to be able to have a say, control of what happens to people that look like us. Because right now, no one else is doing it. No one is making sure that Hispanics are properly being taken care of. No one's making sure blacks are being properly taken care of. No one's making sure Asian or whomever. I mean, outside of ourselves. I mean, I think minorities should understand the need for diversity and fairness. They should be, based upon, I think all these races should look at the discrimination, Hispanics being conquered, so-called Negro being conquered, the Chinese being conquered, the Hindus the Indians being conquered, not just here, I'm talking about Indians as far as, over in the Eastern region. Why is it we don't know how to be fair to other people? And we don't see the reasoning or the rationale to say, we need to formulate where we have a voice. We don't have a voice. You'll see a news story all the time about these schools with, what's always going to be synonymous with them? Poor, You know what I'm saying? Trying to thrive school, and it's always somebody, that's us or them, but never a time where we're taking from them. Never a time where they're a poor white school, the black principal, the Hispanic, the Chinese principal was stealing all the money. Like they won't allow that. It's not even a question. They're the minority, and they're not going to allow it to happen. This is America, and they're not going to let it happen. Everyone is going to be subpart of them in a sense, and we need to be fair. If you've been here, especially when you got generations of people who've been here longer than people who claim to be Americans today, a lot of these people don't all history back to the founding of the people. The Bushes, they come through supposedly related to George Washington. They came over from Germany. Prescott Bush, who was with Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
So you got George Bush Sr., who one generation over made president, vice president, president. His son, 2 over, he made president. His other son, 2 over, he made governor. Do y'all understand the likelihood of you being born here and never ever seen a chance to attempt that? To attempt it, let yet to accomplish it. These people come over 1 and 2. Donald Trump's second generation. I think his father is a foreigner. This man was a president. You tell me you come over 1 generation white and you man, this is America, make America great again. Where were you? We were plowing the fields. How can you say make it a great? You only came over 1 generation.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's from here. My mother's mother from here. Her father's from here. Her father's father's from here. His father is from here. And you tell me I don't have a permanent right to vote? I've given you 2 presidents. I'm telling you, 2 removed.
Right.
2 removed from coming to this country, and you can wear the pin, the flag, and shame everybody who's been here since the thing before it got started was America. We were here. And you will shame us. You would tell us to go back where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? If I go back to where I come from, I'm still here other than Jerusalem. I tell you to go back where you come from, you got to go back to Ireland. You got to go back to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sad.
Yes.
That, we get ran down. And
here.
Other people who come in the country from Mexico.
Yes.
The illegals, the foreigners coming here.
Yeah.
You are the child of a foreigner. Listen, Trump's wife is not American. When would they have been heard of back in the 60s, 50s? They would say, there's no way she can sit in that White House.
Mm-hmm.
And she was called the First Lady of the United States. Her parents weren't even citizens.
Mm-mm.
Right.
They got it, though. When that son-in-law was in there, they got it.
Mm-hmm. And you can get up and tell people, I love America. America's mine.
Yeah.
Monica, she loves America. But as soon as we get up, when we get sick of being hit or beat or shot unarmed, these people don't love America.
Yeah.
You know what? They need to get out. This is America. America, we're going to make it great again. Your wife can say that this is not her home. And this woman occupied the White House. All I'm saying is, I'm not against Malonica. I'm against the fact of how you insult us, and you insult us in our face with the fact of you are not 100% American. I know we're gonna holler, you born on this soil. A lot of you 1 generation over. 1. I would love to be 1 generation over in America.
Raw asks, why don't we mention the elite blacks among us that sell us out to our enemies?
Yes.
I've worked under administrators like this. I guess he's talking about
Who?
I guess he's talking about in the school system. No, just period.
Why don't we mention the elite blacks among us that sell out to our enemies. I've worked under administration. Well, that goes back with you know, a lot of things. Let me say this: I complain about it, but then I kind of see the face of it. There's always been, I guess, a little yearning in us to appease the white America, to make them feel like I'm not a threat, I'm a part of the country. And sometimes we can push that angle, you know, so hard that we wind up hurting ourselves. And then sometimes I think that when people just do a job and they look at, I just do a job, whether it's black or white, but you wind up being the victim of the person I wind up getting on the most, because maybe you're the person doing the wrong and you're the same color, then it look like I sold out. Some people color get a bad rap. With every race. Some people just look at, I'm just down the middle straight. Or you sell out, you just want to sell out for them. You want everything in the side. I'm not saying this person's question, but I'm just saying you have to really weigh what you're saying, really looking at it from a perspective of the logic of it, trying to put yourself in that person's place, or, you know, as they say, shoes, so you can kind of understand how they see things. And there are people, though, that have done a lot of damage, not just the people of color, Hispanic, which they will follow the color too. But all of us, you know, individual, I think every race have it. Caucasian have a problem with people that sell their race out. That's just people. It's unfortunate. I think we have to work to where we can better ourselves and just make sure that we're doing the right thing. And that's how we can kind of kill out these people that we quote unquote say kill, you know, that sell us out. What's it?
Huh? Who did that? It's like,
okay, yeah. Talking about William O'Neill, yeah, the black man. We appreciate that. And, I mean, but we allow it. And when I say we allow it, I mean, I think what would stop that for us, if we had our own, and we could put our foot on the ground and stand, if we could, you know, formulate a position for ourselves to where you can run back to us and we'll protect. Like white people can run to white people, they protect them. They will not get them to us. You know what I'm saying? When they want to take somebody, they get them and say, we got you protected. And nobody can mess with you. Just like you said, they protect Taiwan. They all the way over here in China. China has the largest navy, and China will not go into Taiwan. You see that? When white people say they got your back, Israel is surrounded by Arabs all around them. There's nobody else like them, right? Those Arab countries want to swallow and snatch their behind up out of them. Do you see nobody can touch them? People get infuriated. People make threats. Nobody will go into Israel because America had told them, if you go into Israel, we will defend it with every inch. See, when white people back you see what I'm saying? That voice means something. South Africa has a really strong military. When have they ever stood up to defend it? They don't, because they have to answer to white people. They have to answer to the international courts, which are controlled by white people from Europe. These are deals they signed with Britain. Africa is still abiding under laws, under legislation, or under assignment that they did with whites years and hundreds of years ago. They can't break away from them. It don't matter how much liberate, they stay on their money. When do you find some money floating around here and on the American street and a black man picture on it?
Yeah.
You can throw that stuff in the garbage. When you know we do, we go to other countries, we get their money. We bring it and we put up for souvenirs. Nobody puts our money for souvenirs. People take that money and they go trade that money in to get more money in their dollars. You see that? Your money, you take their money, bring it, you can't get nothing for that stuff. You put everybody who gets that money, what you do? You put pesos. I'm not walking around on the street with no peso. Put that junk in a jar somewhere. It could be $100 worth. You're like, man, I can't do nothing with that stuff. It's like it's fake. They train our minds to belittle other people's economy, other people's education. Whites go study abroad, but it's still better fame to say, I studied in America. You can go, it's people, I studied in Africa. You're like, okay, yeah. People say, I went to Yale, Stanford. You know what I'm saying? These people just, they make themselves elite. They're military school. They make everything you do laughable. How to get Who walks around with? I got Chinese, Japanese money. I'm not walking around that stuff in my pocket.
It makes no sense.
But yeah, I could take that money to other countries, and they will take my money and respect it. They make people respect it. They have never verified the money. That the gold backs it up, and yet people look. They have all these countries who are meeting right now. They are passing a gold coin. They're gonna start passing a currency backed up by gold to get rid of the dollar. Look what they got to do. Russia, China, Turkey. Listen, this is a bunch of countries. It's probably 60 countries are meeting to just create just to try to take down the dollar. That's how powerful the dollar is. That's how powerful the white man word is. He's never produced. You understand? He has never produced the gold for these dollars he printed.
Wow.
They're going to create a currency that's backed up by gold to take down American economy. They cannot do it. Every country has something here valuable. China owns stuff here. You can't take down American economy. It will crush everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it there's nobody out on that end that can crush us?
Right.
We're talking about one country. America is one country and they hurt everybody. Listen, they give weapons to somebody you fight and they tell everybody else.
Yeah.
If you give them some weapons, I gave some weapons for somebody to beat you. If somebody give you some weapons, I'm gonna fight them. You listen, I can get them weapons, I can put people on the ground with them, I can get them bombs.
Bullies.
Listen, I make that call. Do you know how scary that is? And I dare everybody else. Listen, I go to other countries. I say, listen, you better not give them no weapons. You don't give them nothing. They say, listen, I'm not giving them no weapons. These are major power companies. The country, they have punked them out not to give weapons to Russia. Who can tell America don't give somebody a weapon? You better not.
Nobody.
They do what they want to do. If America gonna fight somebody, who can stop? Look at like China being stopped on invading Taiwan, and they pissed. Who can stop America from invading somebody? Who stopped them from going to Afghanistan? They defied the United Nations. Over 200 countries were in the United Nations. They defied United Nations and went into Iraq. They killed Saddam, his sons. Listen, they stayed there for 20 years. Nobody stopped them. They stayed in Afghanistan until they got. The only reason they came out of Afghanistan because they had to get over there for the Ukraine war. They knew it was coming. CIA intel told. That's why everybody said why he left Afghanistan. He won't tell nobody why he left. They were pulling. They left guns, weapons. They had to get over there because he would have really wreaked havoc had they not been over there. It's just things people need to look at. This is where we're in the world. And all I'm saying is, people, how did we get here? How do we get here that one nation, one group of people can run the whole world? And then it's piss poor. We killing each other, we raping each other. Listen, there was never a day. America was known if children were being hurt, Americans were crying out saying, let's send troops in there, let's rescue those kids. Those kids starving, let's send money to feed those kids. Our kids are being molested right here. Do y'all not know those migrants that came over, like the migrants coming over from Mexico, they're coming from other countries? Do y'all know there are 180-some thousand of these kids missing? Over 180,000 kids are missing from that border crossing that they had in their custody. They have lost. Tell me, how do you lose 180,000 kids? You see, they're not even talking about this on the news. Put it up until these kids are missing. That's why
I had to give a presentation at my job about that.
What is it?
Those missing migrant kids across the board. 180,000 of those kids are missing.
Do you know what's happening? You know what's happening with that topic?
What? Joe?
Wake
Yeah, I'm a little
up.
bit behind, but
Oh yeah, we
that
saw
topic, yeah, is this internet, but that topic Tony brought up, there are certain people they're supposed to give these kids to the sponsors, and they're giving them specifically to people for trafficking. So all
Yeah.
these kids are lost because that company that's supposed to be grabbing them to protect them, including from Africa, because I had to give a presentation from because I work with immigration, and they literally grabbed those kids and purposely took them to wrong sponsors
Yep.
to be trafficked. And they're still looking for them because that's illegal, but it's within the system. We don't know if it is illegal, but we don't know if they did it on purpose or if it's people infiltrated or X reasons. But that's true. Why are these people missing? Or why is the people, our kids here being raped and no one's doing anything about it? For me, it's just millions of kids lost and nobody's doing anything about it. You barely hear it.
Yep. That's true.
Years ago, remember? They used to put them on
You
milk
barely hear
cartons.
it, but our kids here in America,
Look at what they did. Years ago, you were putting them on milk cartons.
Yeah.
So when kids drunk milk, you've seen these kids. You know, this milk has become so poison that you don't see that you put them on. It makes them, it kind of resonates within your mind because you said kids you might see real life babies. So years ago, they made it sound like they were just kidnapped. They didn't tell it. In the 70s and 80s, we didn't know about the sex trafficking.
No.
Conversation, but it's always been going on. What happened from that was the whole slave trade. It was sex trafficking too. Remember, they were bringing kids over. Sex trafficking is not new. Now it's becoming so it's getting out now. We're realizing it's happening right here. All these kids are not going anywhere out of the country. A lot of those kids are here. They brainwash, they put them on drugs. They burn their brains out. I mean, we're in a bad spot. Somebody said they because everybody drink out of a jug now, but the kids at school don't drink out of a jug. They drink out of milk carton. And then they have the pints. So on the pints will have a picture of them.
I thought you remember they used to send a little thing in the mail too. You used to have a little card.
It's showing you different kids.
I always thought I saw a kid. So funny. Now let me tell y'all, but for real, this is real. I think it's like, yeah, it had to be before I got married. There was a lady that had a kid, and I'm telling you, even to this day, I told my sister about this. That it was a lady that was a doctor. She's an optometrist. She had a kid, and I saw her because she was
what
a
was
patient. Optometrist.
Why you say this?
What anyway, she had a kid and she came to my office. She was a patient of mine. And I said, I saw that kid on a strip of paper. The saying a missing kid thing. And I was like, I know that's that kid. That lady stole that kid. Da, 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 da. And I'm telling you, I just didn't think I was wrong. But apparently, I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but I really, really honestly.
When you seen Tom Hanks, no, you seen Tim. What's that? What's the actor?
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins. You seen him in St. Martin, remember?
You saw him?
That was not no Tim Robbins. You seen Tom Hanks too, remember? You the only person. Everybody let Tim Robbins and Tom Hanks eat breakfast and everything. Nobody even approached him to talk to him. The Crows came and ate up his breakfast. He said, "You think that white people sat around us and watched Tom Hanks sit down and eat and nobody said nothing to Tom Hanks?"
Vacation. They respected the vacation.
Like Dr. Joe and Kobe Brown, they were sitting down reading news strips and now eating around and eat snacks. She said, "No, good and well, we don't believe that."
Now, I really thought that man did. You know that man, he did look like him, though, didn't he?
He did.
Okay.
To no degree. No, your kid didn't agree with you. He was scared. He was like, why did she do this?
I really thought that was him, though. He really did look like him. That man was like,
Well, hold on, look at it and say, Mama. What somebody what did Mama do what?
Please don't be wrong.
I ain't wrong. I'm not wrong about that kid. That lady, that's that kid. I'm telling you. I was young too, and I good eyes, good brain. Yeah, that's that kid. I'm trying to tell you.
The kid that said, Mama, please don't wrong. Has your mama ever been wrong before? That's all I want to know. Why would he say, Mama, please don't be wrong? Why would he say that?
Because he don't want me to mess up my winning streak.
That's true. You ain't won yet. That man said, see something, say something. Why you didn't say something?
I did say something. I told the person who was her patient, who knew her.
And they
could say.
I'm telling you, I just.
Why did he say he plead the fifth?
I don't know. That's his option.
You know he's gonna get threatened.
Somebody wanted me to clear up what I said last week.
Okay.
About wiping the man. Look at her.
Well.
Anyway, when I was talking about don't wife the guy before you get married, like do all this investment. Now the reason why I said it, because I had to explain this to some people, is because as women, this is my opinion, we invest a whole lot into people and guys. So when we don't, it's harder when we break up because of our investment. We invest our emotions, and that's something that guys usually don't do. But when we invest our emotions into something, it's harder. And that way that builds up that animosity of like, guys are no good, all that kind of, the negative stuff that you can say only because we built it up. Now, if you were married and you break up and you do that and you break up, it's kind of different, I think, because you can get something out of the marriage after you broken up. So it's not that, it's like, okay, I gave this to you. I gave myself to you. Okay, so now we can split everything down the middle. I can get some out of it. So you don't usually hear married people saying black men are no good. Men are no good because they're going to get somebody else. But when you breaking up because I don't have anything to take from the relationship because I've given so much, that creates that sour taste for the man. So that's why I was saying don't invest so much as though you would if you were married.
That don't make sense.
It was something he said.
Don't say that. No.
She said, because we were having, talking about how women give their all even to guys that are not clear on being with them. So then when the guy leaves them, they hurt, because you gave your all, but you were in a relationship, you were kind of around. So you live hurt, you leave that hurts. So obviously I agree where, like, if you're not in a relationship and you're just messing around, both sides should get just messing around. And that's why I said, oh, that's what you meant.
I don't know. I think that relationships are different depending on the person, depending on the relationship, should depend on how much or what you're investing in a relationship. In a primary relationship, starting out, there are things that you have to establish and kind of, really look at. I think before you, in the primary stage, kind of an idea of a person you're dealing with. But that comes with really looking at what are you trying to do? What direction you're trying to go is going to play a part on how far you're going to invest yourself in a relationship with the person based off of what look at what are you getting back. I give this much when I'm getting this much, and to my sexually. So I'll invest this much when I see this much of an advancement. So I think the relationship grows based off of both parties. If you're a person, you're doing all of the advancing, and the person's not coming to it, it's not seeming mutual, greater than. I wouldn't waste a lot of time in that, And unfortunately, most relationships start off sexual and they become based off of sexual. Then as you continue to grow and start to realize we need to talk, or we're starting to talk, engage about things, then you notice the sex changes the relationship. It's not to the same degree because there are other things you can see that hadn't been worked out, addressed, which would, heighten the sexual arousal pleasure because you don't have the breaking points of the anger and the frustration with things. So I think that a person who's looking to be in a relationship should first look at themselves and look at themselves and look at what are you really trying to do, where are you really trying to go. And when you meet a person, there are just things you should key in off of immediately. How well you vibe, conversate. Is this a person that can carry on you can carry on the conversation where when it starts, it can go and it flows. You don't have to say, I don't know what to talk about. It should just kind of grow and go. It should be a creative conversation where it can keep going. And those are going to be key things. And then, learn about a person's behavior, watching a person. There are things people need to watch out about people in person. They always want to do crooked things or something like that. Let's go and steal something, right? Let's just steal this off. It's just things you might pick up because in developing a relationship, you want to know about that person because that says something about that person that they want to just steal something. And it might seem small or nothing, but later on you get this person, you find out some other things about when you really, bring some counseling, you come to knowledge of, and you start to realize these are some things I should have keyed into earlier. Hey, let's go and pretend, hey, let's go and pretend. You're like, well, adults, why would we be going, thinking, why would we just go and pretending something? Because this might say something about this person and what they work and they function better in something that's fictional than they do factual. Their relationship should be factual. And because they like to go and pretend, they no doubt could have pretended to get to be the person they are now. And later on, you find out this is what you married, the great pretender. So there are a lot of things I think a person needs to pick up early in relationships and pay attention to. Tardiness. We got an 8 o'clock date. It's 9:30. When we have a 7:30, it's 7:35. I know you're never punctual. So there are things you start looking at. Just start watching a person. Then it shows you whatever's important is not that important to them. They feel like, it'll just, when I get there, I deal with it when I get there. And this is a person you'll find that possibly that's how they operate in life when it comes to situations. They don't address them immediately. I get around to it when I get around to it. I'm busy. I'm doing something. See, these are things you need to ken with a person to realize this can be a lot big. People say, he's looking too much into things. Listen, I am certified. This is what I do for a living. I know people. I know characters. I know behaviors. So there are things you pick up that may look small with people, but it plays a major part with. When I used to work out with some of the brothers, I used to tell them that, and some of my cool sisters, and I tell them, I say, your working out says a lot about you. And I would tell them that then people they stop working out. They say, man, he'll grade you by you working out. I said, I don't grade you by it, but it just shows, the type of person you are. When you'll cheat yourself, surely you'll cheat others. You'll beat yourself. You want to make sure you're proficient when it comes to yourself. See, there are a lot of things that people really need to look at before going engaging in relationships. Really knowing yourself. Knowing the type of person you are, knowing how far you'll engage, how far you'll go. You need to know yourself before you can gauge up, before you really can properly gauge others. Well, we appreciate everybody. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of the love doctor on here tonight, which has been very great, as you can see. We didn't have to get all that wrong. This man said they put a missing Black woman on the news and made it a priority in Alabama when Alabama hadn't been to a championship in 2 years because of something that happened in Chicago where a principal was found. But see, in his mind, this is scuba analyzer. That's why I stay out the water. It's a shark in the water. It's a shark in the water. Just stay on the land because all you're doing, goddamn, mess the waters up. I don't know what the man
Yeah.
was thinking. But I guess the main thing, he felt good about the wrong information.
Over
The man,
you up.
yeah, he was removed in March. That's why I was like, that was in March. But okay.
The man said that's why he's so hands on. This guy. He says this one old guy who cheats. Yeah, believe that. The old guy cheats. Believe that.
Wow.
Yeah, he knows better than that. I'm gonna be hard on them. Wow. Don't make them. The man's sick. He's sick. Listen.
Yes. Let me see. Let's see if I can know how to do this.
Know how to do what? Well, our Congress, Confederate 48, we definitely hope you're doing well tonight if you're listening.
Yes, we definitely.
As always, I know he has his days, but most of in control. Derek from Mississippi, he listening. A lot of other listeners. Bobby, appreciate you. We got some listening on the internet, some listen by phone or other ways. Don't they? So what you can call us a call-in number too, they can listen. Anyway, we appreciate y'all. Always our people in the comment sections and everywhere. We know we appreciate all y'all guys. Y'all guys always great here every week, helping support us to do what we do. Trying to get this information out here to help me and you. That's what we're trying to do. Make it do what it do. Get this information out here so we can help me and you. How do we change this world? How do we change this society? By you, me, us, them, individually, everybody being a better person. That's how we change it. If we can't get any better, listen, if you go into a place and there's a possibility of someone coming in, robbing and shooting the place up, one person that should be is you. So if it's not you, then who?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense? That's my saying. If it's not you, then who? See, if everybody take responsibility for themselves to say, listen, I'm not going to be the guy to come in and shoot the place up. I'm not going to be the person to kidnap. I'm not going to be the person to rape. I'm not going to be the person to rob. Okay. So if it happens and someone comes in to do it, then who is it? It shouldn't be you.
Mm-hmm.
Then if it's not you, then nobody's doing it to each other. We have to start looking at it as individual responsibility. We have used other people's downfalls or wrongdoings to justify the fact of what we don't do. And that's the scary part. We all have to be true to ourselves and make sure if it's anybody that's going to drop the ball, if it's anybody who's going to make the horrendous mistake, if it's anybody that you can't count on, it's not going to be me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not you, then who?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do it. You saying you're not going to do it, then who? That's how we change it. Everybody taking individual responsibility for ourselves, regardless of what the nature is of other people or society. It shouldn't be you. It shouldn't be you. That's why so many people are giving up. People are looking for, social media has given an indie window for people to excuse themselves from morality. Because if you get enough followers, if you do the right, crazy, dumb, stupid thing, then people follow you and they'll pay you to lose your moral compass. And we need a moral compass today, something that riches can't buy. Integrity, you can't buy that. Donald Trump is a person who's very wealthy, but yet he doesn't have integrity with everybody. And it's well known even from his followers and the people that will push him. And I'm not a Donald Trump hater, just factual. He's just not a person of integrity. And the fact that so many people drive behind him, no matter what he does, is justifiable, but you won't justify it when someone else does it. And to me, that's wrong. What I want justify a white man to do, I won't excuse a black man to do it. That's wrong. It makes no sense. It don't matter about the race. At some point, we have, as human beings, we have a responsibility to each other. And that responsibility goes to make sure I don't do anything against you to hurt you. And you owe me that. You owe me that if my child was walking down the street and my child was lost, you owe me to pick my child up and bring my child to locate me and give me back my child. I owe that to you. If I see, I would never pick your child up Asian, whatever, and I would never hurt it. I would only give it the best care. I would give it the care I would want my child to have. I owe you that. I owe you that as a human being. I owe you as a human being. If you were hungry, if you were thirsty, I would feed you. You are a human being. I would throw scraps to a dog. I wouldn't feed a human being.
Right.
I would feed the chickens who can eat worms. I would throw breadcrumbs to pigeons and birds, and I wouldn't feed a human being. I wouldn't do that. If it's not me and it's not you, then who?
Right.
It's just things we shouldn't do to one another. It's unfortunate. I hate I'm waking up, later in life than to consider it earlier, but things happen this time. But when will you wake up? We are human beings.
True.
They're just things we shouldn't do to one another. That should be, I wouldn't walk up to you and call you a faggot or a bulldog or a bee. We human beings.
Right.
I would greet you with respect. How are you, sir? How you doing, ma'am? I would do that. It was a look. How you doing, sweetie? Look, how you doing, sweetie? That's my comment. I do. I mean, we people. Why would we be genuine with people? And it not be anything flirtation, wouldn't be anything sexual. It wouldn't be anything of trying to hurt you. Wouldn't be trying to break up your marriage. Or why? I mean, at some point, why? If I wouldn't do it and you wouldn't do it, then who?
Mm-hmm.
That's how we change the narrative. That's how we change the game. We don't have to mark. We just got to come together, and that has to be a consensus. We owe each other as human beings. We owe it. If I saw your house on fire, I owe you. I owe you that to call. If I can help you and I see you in danger, why wouldn't I help you? I owe you as a human being. Man, we have it. Just people just get along. There are forces. There are consensus of people over there say we shouldn't get along. Because we'll see things as fair. We'll see things as equal. Everybody hated Hitler. I don't agree with the killing or whatever it was, whatever the situation was, what it was, and I don't agree with it. But the fact that he looked at Germans, everybody having, that system I can understand. Why can't I'm a believer that everybody can have, and I don't have to deframe you. I don't have to defraud you. I don't have to, just injure you in order to have. There's enough goods and things in life for people to have. If I had $400 billion, where do I spend it at?
Mm-hmm.
It's not possible to have the whole world. Everybody has a share. Everybody has to learn. We got to learn to live together. You can have a bigger piece of the pie than mine. If life gives you that and you earned it, hey, then that's your pie.
That's right.
But to just take everybody pie, and I mean, we got people on the bridges. That bothers me when I ride by, and I'm so grateful to the Most High that the night that ain't where I sleep. I don't know where tomorrow I'll sleep, so I try to be conscious of that now. But when you see a human being sleep under an expressway bridge, and a buggy, and he got all this stuff, and a lawn chair, and this is where you live. You cars and trucks and cold wind and rains are coming. You got bugs and everything. This is where you live. It's like, how did we get here? This is a different world.
Sure is. Sure is.
So what do we do?
All right.
That was your code.
That's it.
If
If not me and not you, then who? That's it. If it's not me and if it's not you, then who? Now that's based off of not hurting you, not taking nothing from you, not defrauding you. If not me and you won't do it to me, then who? So the problem is every one of us. What's your quote, ladies? Y'all took my music. Oh, world don't get no better.
I thought he had it on here. It's not on here. It's not loaded on here. I guess he does everything.
Jealousy.
I'm like, where's the music? But okay.
He been riding around with the internet. You hear music?
That's
I
preset.
hear music.
But I don't know why he didn't why it's not on the save. Excuse me, save, but it's okay. So you said if not you, then who?
Yeah, if not me,
Okay,
if not
let's
you, then who? You have your own now,
All right.
because everybody don't buy the same thing.
I'm gonna follow the theme, but it's not gonna be exact.
Okay, let's see.
We're not expecting it.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's the Indie Water Killers. Go ahead.
Be the change you expect from us.
Are you
Change
serious?
you
You did you think you just made that up?
Yeah, I've never heard
that. What?
You not heard
Are you serious? That been quoted so many times.
Remember, I'm a Spanish
change.
speaking person. I haven't heard.
Let me say it. This is the first time I ever heard you claim your ethnicity. You want to say, I am Spanish. You never said that. I've never heard you holler, I am Spanish.
Oh my God.
All right, so I'll go after Tully. All right.
Oh, that's good. Let me say this. Now, I'm going to do this now. You're going to have be the change that you want others. That's serious. You out there. You was out there. You almost fooled us. I would say deja.
I don't remember reading it. I don't remember reading it anyway.
Reading it. They just quoted on Sesame Street.
No. I used to watch Sesame in Spanish. That's what it is.
Muchas gracias. ¿Cómo se llama?
Sé el cambio que tú quieres.
Ocho.
Hey.
See what I'm saying? Listen, Akuma Matata. You know what that means in Spanish?
Hakuna Matata.
Akuma Matata. You know what that means in Spanish?
If you don't change, you'll die.
Oh.
Hakuna.
Oh my God. What you say? Akuma. What you say now?
Hakuna Matata. It means if you don't change in this world, you end up dead.
Are you telling me Lion King would tell they gonna wind up dying? You know they came up with the Lion King. You know
It was an undercover message, Tony. You just never realized it. And you know what happened? I was scuba diving, Joe's like the love doctor. And
I believe it. Listen, she said, "It means you don't change, you're gonna get yourself killed. Tomorrow I'm gonna kill you. Here, my cousin Rico. Are you serious?" I said, "Cool." She said, "If you don't change, you're gonna die." I said, "You're gonna end up dead." Homie, they're gonna take you, man. They're gonna take your body, man. They're gonna cut your cheek and kill you, man.
But tell me, if you really analyze the conversation, what I'm saying,
scuba analyzer.
It comes out true. Because your actions could take it.
Somebody said 100%. That's what that meant.
They are not talking about that. No, that is not.
Are you listening?
No.
You don't change? You're gonna
you gotta be so glad that this
is Shara gonna hear that?
Woo, girl.
He done holler and scream.
You know, I watched actually I was a little kid in Spanish.
You was a little kid in Spanish?
I used to watch. I watched it in Spanish.
You're not in Spanish anymore?
No, I watched.
Did you say when I was a little kid in Spanish?
I watched it when I was a little kid in Spanish.
Oh, good. When you was in Spanish, okay.
So did they say something different?
Yeah. What they say in Spanish? What they say in Spanish?
It's the same. It's the same.
Oh, say it. Say don't worry in Spanish.
No te preocupes.
They ain't the same thing.
No, but I'm saying the lyrics were the same. It's just not. It wasn't.
Oh, do this. Sing it in Spanish. Let me see. Let me just sing a little bit of the Spanish. That whole thing.
Well, I can't remember it all, but I can remember it.
Don't worry for the rest of your days.
No te preocupes
por
los restos de tus días. Hakuna Matata. But you know, in Spanish, Tony,
Tony, on my TV. What? Are
in Spanish, he was Hakuna Matata.
Oh no, you're good. Listen. You know, let me tell you, growing up in America, I'm telling you the funny stuff. The only other language you heard on TV was Chinese. Well, you watch the Chinese movies and they would be moving their mouth funny. So everything was in English. So just to hear you say that, I'm glad because it's funny wrapping your mind around something you heard in English and hearing another, you're like, what in the world? So I'm imagining when like Chinese people watch their movies translated in English and they just sitting around looking like,
well,
how in the world they do that?
Imagine when I came to this country at 9 and I was like, Hakuna Matata. I'm like, what? Hakuna Matata? And my country was Hakuna Matata. So it was, you know, a lot of.
It was a coon and a tata and some tater tot.
It still means the same thing, though.
Well, let me just hear you saying the other part of how it comes. Sing a little bit before you get the coon matata. I'm just trying to say how it sounds.
Hakuna Matata.
No, the part. How do you get to Hakuna Matata? Because he had to say something, or what you say after it. I'm trying to imagine because the beat is still the same, right?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Exactly.
Okay,
the same.
let me hear you sing. So in your mind, I hear the beat. Let me just hear you sing it in Spanish a little bit.
No hay preocupación para los demás días. Hakuna Matata. That's it.
No summer deal. What did no summer deal on the rest of your day?
The rest of the day.
Loso is resto.
Los restos. Yes. The rest of the day.
Los restos días. Resto días. O de Hakuna de Tati. It's Kuma Matata. Kuma of the Tata. You know, in America, Tata means tits.
So, yeah, so I'm excited, and when I come here,
about the tits,
it's a completely different song. I mean, not completely different song, but a completely different like words. But
because it was translated in Spanish, he sang it in English originally.
Yeah, exactly.
So the different words gonna be the Spanish.
Dying.
Yes, all those movies were translated in Spanish, and then I saw them over there when I was a little kid.
So let me say that. So Kuma Matata in Spanish means you gonna keep on, you gonna come up dead.
No, I made
that. She said, but she was so serious. She said, Senor, you keep going, man. You won't get yourself here, Holmes. I'm trying to tell you, man, I'm gonna take the knife, man. I'm gonna juke you up real good, man. Huh, man, my cousin Chico, man. I'm sitting there like, this for a kids movie? I'm like, oh, come on. You said, who said I'm going to juke you up with a knife in Spanish and a kid, man? Hey, mom, I'm going to juke you.
That was, I made that up.
Hey, man, my cousin Mario, man, he going to cut you up real good, man. He going to cut you up, man. This guy has, listen, I am so scared. I want to put the movie on jail, watch it, but I'm so afraid now. Since you're going to mess around, and you're going to mess around, you're going to die tonight.
And it was one of my favorite.
So what do you think Kuma Matata meant?
Not that I didn't even think about what it meant. It was just a happy little part of the song for me.
Who is Punda pronounces it slowly in the movie?
Pumbaa.
Who is Pumbaa? Oh, sorry, Punta. Where's the Punta?
There's no T.
I don't know. What's his name in Spanish, Joe?
Punda. It was the same. It was the same character.
Oh, you said Punda.
because remember, we pronounce it with the accent in Spanish. But it was the same character.
Y'all pronounce with the what?
With the accent in Spanish.
What's the accent? Let me hear it. What you call him?
Punda.
See? Punda. Told you. Punda. His name is Pumbaa. Can you say Pumbaa?
No, yeah. I mean, when I'm here, I had to learn it's Pumbaa, but over there it was Pumbaa.
Pumbaa? You don't change that man's name so many times. I don't think you know that. Then you said Punda. Then you said Punta.
No, Pumbaa.
Punta.
You said La Pumbaa?
No, not Tootie, no. You just said a fat word.
Oh,
sorry.
oh my goodness. Is it bad like the butt? It's worse than the butt?
Oh,
my
shit.
goodness.
Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna make sure. See, that's why I say y'all need to leave it in English. We don't have all them problems. The man name is Pumbaa. Your name man Poombibi. You don't call the man all kind of stuff.
We didn't know.
Papa-
Nobody corrected us.
That's why we here to help. That's what English come to do.
Then we
English
came
is the
here.
correction to Spanish and French and German. That's what
Then we
English is.
Then I come here, and all my friends say, it's not Pumbaa, it's Pumbaa. I'm like, all right, well, I just got here. So eventually,
So you don't feel like you just got here tonight, like on the show, do you?
no, I'm saying, when
When
I
you
was
get-
not, and my friends from school were watching
Yeah.
movies, and they're like, oh, that's not how you say it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm learning. I had to learn English in 1 year.
What about Timon? What was his name?
It is the same. Timon.
Ho ho ho.
Come on. Come
Go.
on.
Timon. The
Timon.
man name is Timon.
Yeah, but are you telling me to say it in Spanish
No, I'm
accent?
saying Spanish. No, I'm with your name. Timon. What does Timon mean in Spanish?
There's no. It's just a name. It's not a meaning. I never knew it was a meaning.
It means something. It means you're gonna mess around. You gonna get yourself killed tonight, man. Oh, Timon, man. He coming. Real good, man. Yeah. She like that. She like that. Huh? She know I speak Spanish. I taught my grandson.
When
My
you were
big
in Mexico, I heard you were speaking Spanish to these people, and I was so proud of you.
I taught my grandson how to say good job in Spanish. You know how to say it. When he
How you say it?
I taught good job.
Just put it in the accent.
That's it.
That's
They
it.
heard it, and then he said, Papa, how you say it? I say good job. Then I taught him how to speak a Mexican word. I said Judge Lopez. I taught him, yeah, I did. He said Judge Lopez. So I try to teach my grandkid. Now my mama, my baby, that's my baby. I call her mama. She the mama. She gonna handle it. She run everybody. So mama, she own it. She learned how to salsa. She's speaking Spanish. You heard? Yeah, she develops so fast. Her mind takes off. She sets herself towards something. She can do it. Very proud of her. Very intelligent young little lady coming along. I call her mama. Yeah. So I teach all of them how to Spanish and how to do all that stuff. Como está? Muy bien.
There you go.
Icy hot. You know what that mean in Spanish?
What?
Icy hot.
Icy hot?
Yeah.
Well, you put it when you in pain. The icy hot. That's what
You
you're talking
telling me?
about?
It's Spanish. You never heard of Spanish? I'm still trying to get over the fact this about this killing this thing. I was so afraid I was gonna watch it tonight. I said, man, I didn't know it was I remember the daddy died.
I mean, you know what?
I'm
gonna go research.
Oh, you might be right then.
I'm gonna go research this. Tuli, research and Google real quick. What does Hakuna Matata mean?
I already know what it means. It means no worries.
Somebody said his name is Vic Damone.
It's Hakuna.
His name is Hakuna?
No.
It's
there are no troubles. Hakuna Matata. It translates to there are no troubles. That's in Swahili.
See that? See that? She didn't know that.
But there you go. Now we know.
No troubles or no problems. Not you're going to die tonight. Sorry.
No, I didn't say that.
Man, it's so many kids crying tonight. They're afraid to watch it now. It just.
What you saying?
I did not say you're gonna die tonight.
You said you said you don't change your rules, man.
If you don't change, you eventually end up dead. I mean, you gotta put fear some way, somehow. You gotta put fear to people some way, somehow.
That man had the little cub done lost his daddy, and then you finna tell him he gonna die. He don't change the ways. I
But
mean,
wait,
you done
I have
seen-
a question. Isn't that movie from Africa? Where did it
Oh,
originate?
That's discrimination. I mean, it's a cartoon.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. What you saying?
Where did
tight.
it originate?
So they ain't had no albino lions on there. You trying to say
No,
it was a
because
black movie?
I'm trying to figure out the Hakuna Matata. Where is that word from?
So Swahili.
Swahili.
So it's not American.
It's an American cartoon, but you gotta understand, if you're gonna show lions, what other country you gonna show?
Exactly. So did we steal those cartoons as well here in America? I'm scuba diving.
Yeah.
It's scary. I thought the man took his equipment with him. I just knew. I said the turtleneck, not having no. It's gonna be a cool
In
show.
reality, it was a really great movie. I used to watch it like almost every day when I was a little.
When did you? Let me tell you something. Did that thing choke you up, boy? When his daddy died, I want to see a different ending. So how many every time you want to see his daddy like catch on? He just hit that long live the king. Yeah, that man fell down there. He got killed. And boy, Simba laid down in the water. Dad, get up, Dad. We gotta go home. Oh man, that thing was like, oh man, that was rough. He told Simba, run, Simba, run and never come back, Simba. Yeah, that was a lot, man. Them hyenas were coming at it though. Yeah, that was something though. And then when he came back at the end and walked up that Lion Pride Rock, I ain't cried nothing there on time. No sir. I said, no, not me ain't gonna do it. Get them onions out this room. That's one of them onions.
How old were you, Tony, when that?
I was grown. I ain't had no reason to watch. You know, you had kids, you watch with kids. You remember that came out in what, 94?
A little earlier.
Probably so.
I think it was like 93, 94. I didn't realize it that old. I thought it came out in the 2000s. I ain't see it till the 2000s.
I thought it
came out in 94.
94?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it in 94. That's the thing about cartoon. Look at the Road Runner though. It's an old cartoon. I mean Tom and Jerry. But I can't watch it now. They can talk. I can't watch it. I don't want no talking. They had the mute stuff that's signal. Now they can have a whole conversation. I don't need that. You had to learn how to think. Those shows taught you how to think and imagine what you could tell from their actions what they were saying. Now, nothing sparks these kids to tune in on behavior, communication without language. You had to learn to pick up, like he getting ready to run, you know what I'm saying? You learn to read body language.
Yes.
Yeah, people deplorable. It's just a terrible place.
Yeah, but I did live full time. I was
somebody
6
say
years
you
old.
scuba diving. Lion King is Disney's first movie of all time. I don't know. That's what it was. I know your father. What?
Yes.
I know your father. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, correction. I know your father. Oh, yeah. The person who said that name, he had like Rafiki. Rafiki. Yeah, Rafiki. I cried big tears when Mustafa died, but not when I came back. I was so proud of Simba thought though. Hold on. Not when I came back. You mean no? When he went up that Pride Rock, it was like he brought that thing back together. You know what I'm saying? Now them Ariana them start off growling when he went up there, signifying we got a man in the building. We got a man in the building. Ain't that right? We don't have that now. We didn't teach people how to understand animal life, so they understand how to deal with them. They effed up Tom and Jerry. They showed did, man. They messed it up. I don't want to hear them talking. Back then it's like one of the things you want to hear them talk, but I don't want to hear them talk because never you hear them talk, you saying. I like now Dixie and Prixie, they used to talk. He used to call them Mises. He said, you Mises. You remember that? Dixie and Prixie with two mouses. It was two mouses.
I don't remember what.
Yeah, he used to call them Mises. Look at that, yeah, Dixie and Prixie. They had war, yeah.
Who used to call them that? Who is that?
I forgot the cat name. It was Dixie and Prixie, the two mice, and the cat used to chase him. All them could talk now. I was used to them talking. But Tom and Jerry didn't talk.
But it caught your attention. It had my attention. It had kids' attention for an hour.
Plus, you know what they taught you? Animals don't talk.
Okay.
When he stayed, remember Tom and Jerry, they had that black lady now. They had a mammy on the show. She could talk. She would be there. They would only show you her butt and her black legs. They wouldn't show you the body.
Yep.
Yeah, they always did that mess us up. What else want to say? Ed and who?
What?
Ed was biting his own leg. Sure was. That's one, he was stupid. Ed was stupid. They talking about Ed. He asked the other one, he said, "Did you know they must stop for something?" The other one like, "No." So how about Ed? Did you know Ed? He's like, "Yeah, he knew." It was so funny that you ever come to my son again. I can't. Did you know that was his son? No, did you know that? Ed? Yes, I knew. That was a good move. Now I'm telling you, Whoopi plays a great hyena. With some listen, she knew how to play it and dang-a-langed it and slanged it and everything. I don't know how when you that good in life and a cartoon. Yeah, they did a good job on that one. Yeah,
really did.
I'm probably watching tonight now since I heard it. Now watch the other one where it looks like I don't know what you call that. But you don't call it animation, or do you? Animation is just when it's cartoon. What's the other one they did where they made it look more like real? Realistic. You know that they made a newer Lion King. I don't like that one.
I didn't see that one.
I mean, it's worth watching. I just like the original. Or you know how it is when you see an original or something. It's like I seen it and I know it a certain type of way.
Beyonce song in, I think. Oh, okay.
Have you guys ever gone to see the play?
Yes. I took my kids to the play live. When I tell
it's
you,
beautiful.
It was so good. It was so good. It was.
You're right, Justin. They don't need no. They don't. They do not. I wouldn't want to see it in person because this stuff I'm gonna be wanting to see. I can't see.
You see the whole. It's the whole movie.
Amazing.
It's the whole in person. It was absolutely beautiful. Yes,
yeah, I agree. I cried in the show. I cried.
Yes. I didn't take my young.
He got to fall from up there. I got to see him fall from somewhere high. They got something. He fall right down the ground, right down.
But these are people.
Okay, people. But listen, you gonna make up your mind. If you're gonna be a person, do it all. You shouldn't have been a person. You want to get up now and you got to fall off that rock. Bloom. I see you lay down now.
Yeah, you feel everything and the costume.
Yeah.
No, you said no. So you see me doing that. I got baby see him do that too. I looking in his eye while he falling.
No.
Tony, you gotta go see it. It's amazing. They have a big theater in New York just for the Lion King.
Really?
They got a whole bunch of stuff in New York. I want to go see.
Just for
Somebody said they butchered the songs. Yeah.
Oh, she's talking about the new one that you talked about that you saw. But I just remember, I never saw the movie, but I just remember that Beyonce did some singing in it. I think that was.
He said original was from Japan. It was a white. I wonder was a white what? That's a new. I don't know what they're talking about now. Well, I gotta see it. What was the original time of the movie? Original, right? But the other one, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put Lion King on now. I'm gonna go watch Lion King. Man, him and Sarah out there running Simba, looking up there, talking to his daddy. And he looked down the water, you can see his dad in the water. I said, yeah. That took out to run back home, right with Fico, man. Yay! He was so happy he was going back down. I said, yeah, boy, he going home. Go and take it, son. It's time you go and take your crown. See, I'm telling you, son, every man needed white and realize it's time for you to stand up, just like he did. He grew up without a father. And he showed you he got off track. But he realized he had to come back and be the man he was designed to be, whether his father was there or not. That's every man should take something from it and stop making excuses for why you came. Oh, I ain't have my father. He didn't have his father all his life either, and he still came back. You need something that gives positivity to a negative people. If you're gonna change the outcome of the energy of the people. Our people they're very negative. Our people are very destructive to themselves. Our people are very non-motivated. So you gotta give them something that comes along and counters the excuse. Even though it's a cartoon, if it can be shown and explained in a way where our men can see, you can come back and be that man. He came back, he got him a wife, and then he had him a child. So he came to come back to assemble the family structure. If you look at it, it can have a positive note. He didn't go along just become a lying out, sleeping around, having cubs everywhere. You know, because Ari typically does not do that. Ari stays with his pride. He don't go to other prides and mate and come back to his pride. He stays to protect his pride. When he leaves, he's marking his territory to defend his area for his family.
Mm-hmm.
He's never going off to make another group, go lay up over that and go make another group, and then he pop back every now and then. No, he's going to be what he does to protect his family.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be able to take that and for all our quote unquote black men who've grown up without a father in the home or father dying in an early period of time, he shows you where he needed someone to guide him to get him back on point, who understood the father structure. That's what Rafika he represents. He understood the father structure. That's why he was pushing him toward getting back to putting that back together by letting him know that father lives inside of him. Our men now don't understand that. They feel like if I don't have one, that it's not one, that I don't know how to become one, and I'll be less of one, you know what I'm saying, or inferior to one. So we got to get something to motivate, to educate our people. In our close too, I want to add in saying that in China, they now have a major problem with their kids, grown, 20 something, they're quitting their jobs to come back home and be full-time children. China has a major problem. Listen, I know it sounds funny.
Their job for what?
They're quitting their jobs. They're to come back home and be full-time children. China is having a major problem with their young. Yes, listen. Not only that, they're also not. They don't want to have sex. They said sex is overrated. They said when you get home from work, you're tired. They said they just rather not have sex. They don't need to do it. China, their birth rate is declining, immensely. Because their kids, just like they sell our kids, bad information. This has been infiltrated by the enemies. To make who teaches this? How do you teach your body sex is overrated?
Is that for everybody or just the people?
They saying that's a big thing. They don't want to have kids. They say they don't even want to have sex. They say they're tired when they get home.
On a 20-year-old or just people?
In their 20 years of age, they say they're young kids. And now these young kids are quitting jobs, quitting careers to come back to live with their parents. They said they just want to be full-time children.
How old are you?
Going back, you talking in your 20s? No, I'll never go back doing that.
That's kind of robotic or some type of.
That's scary. Somebody's imputing that information. Listen, bad information been given to every one of these races. The enemy's doing the same thing to them they do to us. Look, they outnumbering people. You have the population number down. So you start, implanting information into people to get them to drive. They don't just pick this up as a group. Sex is overrated. Let's not have sex. Let's stop working. Let's go home. A lot of other countries, the cultures are driven on kids going and taking care of their parents. You typically go to work so you can prepare yourself to take care of your parents. Society doesn't teach that anymore.
Yeah.
You grow to say, listen, my parents, listen, they live their life off to the nursing home. They live their life. you need to die. That's why and they keep forgetting the life your parents live, and now you've reached that stage of age where you see yourself being who they were at that age. Eventually, you're going to cycle out. So you have to reach back and say, let me help you because you helped me. Raising children involve, I bring you in, I help you. When you get up and I can't, you help me. We kind of keep hand in hand. I hand pull you. Then when I can't, you hand pull me. Then your kids hand pull you. So we keep this cycle where we constantly keep going. It's not being taught. It's, hey, live your life. I live mine. You got to take care of you and yours. You don't need no weight. And realize eventually you will become a weight.
Yeah, you'll need from someone.
Yeah. So we're in really bad shape to me. You know what I'm saying? Just You know what? You really have to work very hard to secure yourself, to put yourself up, because if you're looking for your kids to take care of you now, you're done. That's not even the mentality of them.
That's so sad. That's something I learned here. That's not practical over where I was born up. They're learned with no
Who is
home,
Kimbo?
stay in the house, and Kimbo was the first Lion King. Kimbo.
Yeah. So I know James Earl Jones. I thought was on. That was James Earl Jones. Simba. That man got that Jesus-like voice on him.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, "Well, listen, you right. Listen, that we got to do. Listen, man,
Have they
that's why you
have to ask seen it.
What happened?
You have to ask if they've seen the if they've gone to the theater to see.
Has anybody gone to? Well, you know they can hear you too now. You can say
no. The guy that said that he likes the original better. I mean, I like the original better, but that's a really good show they put in the theaters.
So you like that? That I guess being up north, it give you that mindset that you just go places, sit in a theater, and do that.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
You get shot. That's how you get shot. You study place. I went to the theater. Well, you know what though? When I was younger, I was young teenage. I went to the movies so much. That was like going to the movie.
Yeah.
Go to the movie. Yeah, because you didn't have HBO. Very few people had it. And then when they had HBO played, when the Rich came out, it played like it'll get one good movie, it'll play it to death. That thing will be on. It wasn't all of them. You had to pay for every one of them channels. You get either HBO, or you get Cinemax, or you get Showtime. And then you be like, then you buy, then it come out and have a day, you buy all those, you get them. But I mean, you like sometimes it was fun and great when it came out. Then you get MTV. I don't even know they had MTV like it was. That was live for us. MTV. You watch videos. Then the videos came. You want to record. You had the VH. Then the VHS came out, so you could record them. I mean, that was it, man. Life was like you could record movies that came on TV. You go to Blockbuster, buy the tape. Put in there and record it. You be like, I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna catch the movie when it come on record. I'm gonna keep this movie. You were buying movies, come home and watch it. The movies were still popular. Now you got the stick. So you can pretty much catch stuff when it come out. You don't do the movie. So it just had killed the entertainment world as far as going out to the movies and being safe. And being safe. The words you come out, your window might have been broke. Somebody broke somebody's car while doing the movie. But that wasn't all the time. Now you subject to get killed in that movie theater. It's just bad. It's bad.
A long time.
Huh?
I haven't gotten to the movie theaters in a long time. Since before the pandemic.
So it's been so many hundreds of years. I've been left alone. I go to movies, I'm going to sleep. Pay all that money, just go to sleep.
I know that's what you told me when we were dating. We never went.
Yeah,
you never went to the movie theaters?
No, never.
I was done. I was been by the time 20 something. I went to the movie so much. Listen, summertime, I went down back. See, when you from Georgia, Atlanta, if you from Atlanta, you went to the Coronet and the Barnett. They don't remember that. That's right down from where Emory is. That was they called the Coronet and the Barnett. Was two. They was right by the falls. Then you went to the Rialto. The Rialto was right there down on Peach Street. Down, I forgot the name of it.
That might be still there though.
No, that movie, no, it's not. That theater been gone. I remember that movie went down to being just a Chinese movie. All they showed were Asian movies. I used to go there in the summer. Back then, you would go like during the summer. It was 50 cents. So me and my cousin would go down to the movie about 3-4 times a week. We'd go watch a karate movie. They had them karate movie, them kung fu movie. It was kung fu. We called them karate because we didn't know the difference. Nobody said it. You holler, watch a karate movie. The thing clearly say kung fu, but we holler karate movie. And I never knew karate movies. A lot of them was based off of like incidents. It was always about the Chinese. If you didn't understand the culture, you didn't understand what you're watching. It was about the Chinese fighting against the Imperial, fighting against the Japanese and the British. The British, along with the Japan, who came in and conquered China. So you watch a lot of their fight. It was about Chinese people that sold out, who was, infiltrating them. It was about them fighting against the Japanese and showing the superiority of their fighting skill. So that's what they showed you, the kung fu beat. It would get beat. Then they go out somewhere, get trained, they be whooped up, and they come back and they master their style, and they come back. Look at how it's put China as number 2 in the world on the continent. You gone from being a nation conqueror to the number 2 economy in the world. Because their movies were always about them beating. They don't have a movie when they go off, they die, they lost. They have movies. Their movies were always, we won. Kung Fu is superior.
Wow.
But we don't have movies like that.
Now, the Rialto's still here. Just want to let you know.
Okay. It's been so long. I thought that was closed. Now, downtown, the Rialto?
Yeah, it's still there.
I used to go there. They had another. Shannon Mall had a theater. Belvedere Theater in Decatur. Man, I used to go to the movies, man. We went to the movie. Every mall had, South Decatur had a movie theater. Remember that? Avondale Mall? Hold on. Avondale Mall didn't have one, I think. They the only one that didn't have one mall.
Mm-hmm.
I went to South Decatur Mall Thursday. Wednesday, I had to meet business partner to get something from him. And I said, well, I'll meet you. I was coming from a property person. Went down. I said, okay. Meet you here in South Decatur Mall. I went inside. So let me go inside. I got to wait for 30 minutes. Listen, 4 restaurants total, and it looks disgusting. The floor is broken up. It's just horrible. I'm talking about it's dead. It's just deplorable. I bought some pants from South Decatur Mall. I talked. They said, man, it's terrible. They want all the kiosks in the middle are pretty much closed down. It might be one kiosk, 3.
This mall you're talking about?
South Decatur Mall.
Oh.
It is horrible. They took Macy's out of it. They took the Life out. J.C. Penney from the other side. They let that mall run to. It looks horrible inside. The Piccadilly's had to be closed down, I think, because of bugs or rats or something.
Oh my gosh.
Finished it, and it's bad. They said to close it down. The county made them close it down. They had to go in there and fix it. What happened, Dr. Joe? You okay, Dr. Joe? You fell on. Okay, what time? We gotta get ready to go.
It's time to go.
Okay, let me tell you. Listen, we appreciate you guys always every week, like we always do. Without you, we can't do what we do. Hey, if anybody asks you mine, you tell me you always mine. Every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on 2 mics in my mind. Hey, if nobody else told you they love you, hey, we love you. In our language, is called a Tuli, Resident Joe, in absence of Love Doctor and Shari Boston, take us home.
I think she's frozen in time, which is fine.
She is.
Made a lot of little oops.
I think she matatoing right now.
That's a cute picture though.
Matatu.
Yeah.
Look like a little cereal. It got a little cereal in it. I see a little milk in it. Yeah, them serial killer, they're lean kind of like that. How she doing? She lean in.
Oh, there she go.
Oh, she go, hey, sweetie. Oh,
I could hear.
Oh, you can hear us?
I don't know.
But you can't hear. That's not us. It's frozen. That's not us. That's a scene.
All right, let's go with this. If you don't, she gone, boy. If you don't know where you are going, how will you know when you get there?
Are you serious?
What?
You and Dr. Joe went to the same?
I didn't say it was original.
They're the same fortune cookie. Right.
Yeah, I didn't say it was original. That's it. And it's out the keep going.
It's gotten bad. Well, listen, we appreciate you guys. How about y'all guys? And remember us, because we remember you.
Let me see if I know how to do this. Yeah. All right. See y'all.
We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Tuli on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The Love Doctor going live on the radio. 2 mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up on the radio. Radio, turned up. turned up on the radio. 2 nights and a night. 2 nights and a night. 2 nights and a night. 2 nights and a mind.
Okay, you do something better. I'll do something better. We're better together. Until next week. Don't forget to go by and see
Could 3 and Me?
Them 3 and Me.
Them 3 and Me. Go to the website, buy the book, help your kids out, cooking young 3 to 3 to 10 or something like that. So go ahead and learn how to get them started.
The recipes are delicious for anyone, even for adults. You can just get, if you don't have any kids, just get the book and make the recipes.
Got your aprons, everything, and that give them an opportunity to do something different. That's it. Them 3 and Me. So y'all make sure y'all get it. Go to the website, support. Don't forget to send that money. 10 people, $10, $12. He said double. At least let me get $12. $12. Come on in the room. Get that cash out. Go ahead, support too much and of mine. You know we tell the story that is right. The little doctor need a new sweater when he in his room. Yeah.
Have on alternate.
Well, oh yeah, I'm glad I get to see that. That thing had me itching every time I see it. All right, listen, we'll hop, y'all.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night. Good night.